Why, hello, everybody. This is Cutie Roo SR for Legally Cute, my show on GDQ Hotfix. Yay! I don't know why I put my hands in there and thought everybody can see it, but realized that my mic's not there.
I'll
so,
do it.
hi. Yeah, thank you. Yay! I am super stoked for today's show. I'm always super stoked, but this one I'm a little bit, how do I put it? Biased in some degrees just because of, I like indie games. I love indie games. So, So, anywho, we have Hypnotics and Listar with us today. Say hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody. Hello.
Hi, everybody.
And we are going to be playing Tempo Any Percent right now. And then later on, we're going to have Lost Ember, Any Percent NMG. So, right now, we are just going to get into tempo. Let us know when you're ready to go, Hypnotics, and we'll get going.
Will do. So, hello, everyone. I'm Hypnotics. I found myself going down the 32x library of games when I got my 32x for Knuckles Chaotic speedrunning. And this is one of the games that was apparently worth running. And Liz says it's one of the only game sort of worth having a go at. Is that something you'd care to elaborate further on?
I can. It is an extremely good platformer game. The only other game that's really worth playing is Blackthorn, and that's on everything, so you don't really need to get a 32x for it. And then there's Chaotix, which we don't even need to elaborate on.
I certainly don't need to elaborate on. I could be here forever. Right, so we have picked easy because this game is hard enough as it is. So we've gone into the options, gone for easy, and we will go in 3, 2, 1, tempo.
Good luck.
Yay! Good luck.
Thank you. So welcome to the Major Minor Show. This is what Tempo is finding himself in. We have to go through all of these different performances, downtown performance to start. I think that's all there is when it comes to a plot. I'm probably missing something very deep and meaningful.
Yeah, it's a dance competition, I think, and there's some evil guy who's has all of his lackeys who are trying to stop Tempo from winning it. It's not gonna win any awards, and honestly, it doesn't need to. It's a platformer in the 16-bit era
with a cute anthro grasshopper dude. So one thing that you will notice, the game just looks pretty. I apologize if I sort of zone out a little bit. It's a little bit late over here, but if my words don't speak for anything, just have a look at how stylish this game is. The extra frames of animation on the characters, everything moving is a little bit disorientating, but we make do.
I love this game. How this game has smear frames on everything, especially when Tempo is looking up and down. It's really smeary in a really good way. I find where it just feels so much more animated.
Okay, so smear frames.
Yeah.
This is a first for me. So what's a smear frame? This is interesting.
So a smear frame is something in animation where you kind of have let's say someone looking forward, and then you're going to have them look to the right. Well, in the middle of that, they're kind of like a horrible amorphous blob if you just take a picture of it, where they're just kind of like an ovaloid moving over to the right. But when you do it all in animation, it looks great. It looks very cartoony, very bouncy, very cute if you're trying to make a cute cartoon mascot.
Oh, okay.
All right, we are on our first boss. It's a big boot looking fella. Hopefully he's going to be kind to us, which it looks like he is so far. So we allow him to step on us. Thank you, King. We do that again, and actually it doesn't take much damage, whereas that one does more so. Managed to dispatch him quite easily, which is nice, because if we can save as much health as we can going through this game, then it's going to help us, because the spike only goes up from here when it comes to difficulty.
The RNG, especially for the bosses in this game, is a lot. This is not a safe game for marathon speedrunning.
No, it isn't, and that's the reason why I've only done it on one before. I feel like this is a nice comfy setting. I'm very prepared to, pull out my phone and have a look at the stage select if things get really dire, but hopefully they won't. Little notice for this stage, sort of mild flashing light warnings to start off, and then we'll get into the second phase. We'll let you know when we're in the second part of this level. That's when it gets unbearable, even for the sort of strongest of sight. So we'll let you know when it gets bad. But we've got some default dancing crickets in the background.
those are crickets? Yeah.
I think they are some sort of insect. They're the bad guys.
Yeah. I just love the the up and down movement with the hands and the feet. It's so good.
They're grooving out. There's a big focus on music, if it wasn't obvious. And we only really hear the basics of this music instead of the whole thing. We have a girlfriend in this called Katie, which we will bring on for one of the boss fights. But if we brought her into a stage like this, we'd get to hear more music. Here's the flashing lights. Sorry, should have given a bit more of a heads up. But
yep. Warning.
Yes. Save yourself.
Just as a quick explanation of a trick that Hibby just did, if you use your attack as you're going up these ladders, usually he'll do this slow kind of climb up, but if you do an attack while you're getting into them, you zip up. It can be a little tricky to time, but it saves quite a bit of time, especially for some really long ladders.
Yeah, Tepe's got a funky moveset. Walked into that one. Yeah, he's got a cool moveset. We are sprinting by double tapping our directions, and he has a fling when you're sprinting. He has a kick. He can also snap musical notes from his fingers, which usually sort of disarm enemies and disarm bosses, which can be very handy. We don't use it all that much, but it's helpful sometimes.
You'll notice our main thing is tapping and then jumping. There's a lot of the long, fast jumps in this game. Especially in that first level, it was a lot of the first level. But yeah, like Hibby was saying, there is another character, Katie, who I'm very sad that it is basically a bad idea to ever have her out. It's slow because she is the best part of this game.
She does make it.
I love Tempo,
better,
yeah. I love Tempo. He's great. I love him, but Katie's better.
Alrighty, we are at the end of this stage. Now, mixed opinions on this boss. I think this one's alright. I'm saying that now, and it's probably just gonna completely whip my ass. But Liz, not such a fan.
I hate this boss. His hitbox is very awkward.
So you can't see Tempo at the moment, but he is gliding at the top of the screen, and we're hoping that we can land all of these hits on these headphones before it goes away. We've got one more.
Oh no! Oh man, it is.
Oh! Ooh.
Oh!
So the hitbox is very janky whilst it's doing this. There we go.
There!
Oh. Hallelujah. Oh,
Nicely done.
So that is, that one seemed a little bit iffy, but yeah, bosses aren't gonna get much easier. Oh, I'm gonna say that there's a big spike when it comes to difficulty. I'll tell you when we're hitting the other side of it if it isn't obvious. But yeah, I think this game's quite neat. It's effectively a glitchless experience, but of course, it's when it comes to that means that there's lots of abuses that you can use on the bosses. Sometimes they'll play nice, sometimes they won't.
There are basically only two glitches. Oh, I'm sorry, Rue. Go ahead.
No. I love the aesthetics of the game. I can tell that there was some thoughts, very creative thoughts and stuff like that. But yeah, what were you saying, Liz?
Oh, I was going about the glitches. There's only like 2. We'll see one big one, hopefully, which will play nice with us. It is the biggest skip in the game. But the only other thing is the that ladder skip. Otherwise, it's just mostly very intensive platforming.
Yeah. As you can see, quite an interesting concept for a little bit. We're in indigestion performance. Everything else sort of seems to make sense. Downtown performance, yeah. Why are we going into this creature?
Yeah, I mean, what is the creature? I'm kind of curious what the creature is too.
I believe if you... I believe it's a polar bear, because I've seen someone showed me if you like hack it and kind of go up, you can see the top of the polar bear's head. It's kind of bearish. Yeah, but you can't really actually see it in game. It's very interesting.
Okay, so if we glided at the right time there, we would have been able to get on the other side of this little thing that's sort of, crushing us at the moment. Well, that's no bother. Hopefully we can get to the end. Oh, you might get a squish. Oh, yeah, we did get a squish. But to replenish our health, we have this right at the end, which helps us a lot, because if we didn't have more health going into this boss, it would be... Well, let's see how the boss is, because I could just play it off. I could just be like, oh yeah, no, this boss is super easy, nothing to worry about. But again, yeah, very heavy RNG.
It's so RNG. It could just do this. Oh my god. Oh, darn. It could just let you kill it, like, very easily. Great.
Wow.
Good fight.
That couldn't have gone much better for us. Yeah, okay, I will take that. Thank you very much.
Like, sometimes it will just let you immediately kill it. Other times it just won't let you hit it. And we'll just continuously...
I'm trying to find a funny smear frame. Well, like Tempo's eyes are all funky. Nah, I think there are better examples later on. We'll see the game.
Yeah, if you do it like while you're ducking or looking up, it's very noticeable. He looks like a xenomorph when you're looking up.
Right, we are onto our second set of stages. We've gone up a level. And yeah, this one, Circus Performance, it's an interesting bag of treats. I think that's a nice way of putting it. The boss at the end of this I think is the worst.
Oh.
It doesn't help he's a clown.
I don't think it's a hot take. Then hopefully, if we get in the right place for this, we clip through that platform there.
Great clip.
And then hopefully we can damage boost through here. And then we can do this little glide and wall kick thing combination to get us up to the top.
It reminds me of Ristar. It's very Ristar to me.
Managing to get that kick at a good time as well. I really need to play Ristar.
You do. I might like it a little bit.
Yeah.
It's also very cute.
It is. Yep. I 100%. I'm still trying to figure out the storyline.
I mean, hey, if there's any Ristar expert out there, we've got the money here.
Hello.
Yes.
I'm named after the dang thing. What's up? What question?
So the storyline, okay, so why did we go inside a stomach and then now we're in a spooky house?
For this game, I wish I knew.
If you think this is weird, if you think this game is just like the most weird, like, absurdist thing, it is way more weird in the sequel on the Saturn. In my opinion, the Saturn goes some wild locations.
Oh, really?
Especially with the boss fights.
Yeah.
Where I'm no spoilers. I'll talk about it later because we will be seeing. You get a super form. I'll put it like that. There's a super form that we will be seeing in the end credits of this game that you fight all the bosses in the sequel.
Okay. I'm very intrigued now. Now I'm like...
The series has just always been just like kind of absurdist in a really cartoony kind of fun way. I really like that about it.
Yeah. See, I like that too because it kind of reminds me of like when I was growing up and, you know, playing on like my Sega or my Sega Genesis and stuff like that. But yeah, I haven't played on the Sega 32X, but I am aware. But yeah, it's just kind of, I don't know. It brings like good nostalgia vibes, if that made sense.
Oh,
yeah, totally. Like even if you haven't played it, you can sort of get behind it and be like, oh yeah, it's got a vibe.
Yeah.
It feels very like, to me, it's very 90s. It definitely has that kind of vibe to it. Oh no.
Alrighty, this can be very rough if I find myself in a cycle of getting swung around here. We've got some health that we can pick up because we are close to the boss. Just want to get rid of that guy before he hits me. Those are some more of those zips that we were talking about with the ladders. I might just play it safe here with the helicopters.
The fastest way across these is doing just a bunch of like the run and jumps, but you have to double tap the run button, and it's really hard to do it on these little things.
Yeah.
You can do it, but you're more likely to just fall off.
So we're gonna play it a little safe. I would try and do another one off there, but you know we're not gunning for a PB. My time isn't fantastic in this game compared to some of the others, but I don't think I have the patience for this game in the end, because when it comes to boss fights that are not very kind to you, this is the main culprit. I do not like this guy at all. So I'm gonna
say hello to Baffo the Clown, everyone's favorite.
Hello, I think. I'm not sure if there's a hello there.
Okay, two.
Okay.
He picked it up.
Oh no, he got it.
So I should have picked up a little item here, which would have helped me out. It would have brought Katie along, you know, best character that we were talking about. I'm gonna take the death there anyway. There are power-ups. There have been power-ups in each boss. We haven't really needed to use them because there are better ways to kill the boss, and bringing Katie in is, as we mentioned earlier, slow, but we could really do with it with this guy, because once we get past the first 3 levels, every boss that you die to serenades over your dead body, which is just what you want in a speedrun. So let's try that again.
Yeah, no, see, I didn't want to say hello. That.
Yeah, he's a meanie. This guy's a meanie.
Yeah, Clown's a meanie.
A blue meanie.
Does look cute though.
There is like a kind of.
That was me.
No.
It wasn't me. Unbelievable.
Oh.
This game is hard trolling today.
There is like a fast
really
strat, which is
RNG
like
here.
this. Yeah, this is what you want to do if you want to get the fastest time, but it's not particularly safe.
Oh, okay.
Oh, good.
This is looking a little bit in our favor. We can't afford
Okay.
for him to get a hit on us, though. Which you can still very much do.
It's Katie.
One more hit. Oh no, we got one more. Yes, Katie.
Yeah.
The savior. The savior that we all needed.
Nice.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. God bless Katie. And now that we've got Katie, we've got a long dance. I'm going to let you enjoy this music because, you know, tempo theme song. I wish I learnt their dance because I think they're pretty cool.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, she's the best.
I
She's so
need
good.
somebody to do this with me for real.
Katie in tempo cosplay. Go to a convention, no one knows who the heck you are.
That way it doesn't matter how good it is. Just be like, oh yeah, you know.
The sequel to this
Alrighty.
game is even better than this game, by the way, because you can play as Katie. She's actually playable.
Can.
Oh, that's cool.
Too bad it costs like
I like Katie.
$500. Because it's a
Wait,
Sega
what?
Yeah,
it's a Sega Saturn game.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. Okay. I forgot that they're that expensive.
They're so expensive.
There's a part of me that wanted to do a tempo trilogy run with all of the games, and I was just like, yeah, no one in their right mind is going to be able to do that unless they get like a, what's the Saturn? Like, is it a satiator?
Saturn
that sort of lets you play whatever games you want.
I have a satiator.
Yeah.
Which is one of those. Although with the satiator, like you can't use it for speedruns because there's it speeds up the load slightly, which means I had to buy an actual copy of Panzer Dragoon Saga, which is expensive.
Oh, the misery.
The misery.
Alrighty.
Okay.
First skip. I'm gonna probably put on some horrible faces trying to get this. So this is over to Liz to explain.
Yes. Okay. So this game has a weird physics thing that can happen, where if you are on the, oh my god, that was really fast.
Yay!
Okay, so
thread the needle.
If tempo is like turning while in the air and moving downwards, he will move through objects. However, in order to do that, it's like frame perfect movement. So we have to do a lot of pause buffering and just really quick movements. It's very tricky to do, and Hibby pulled it off very, very fast.
And we managed to get through the boss as well.
Jungle.
Cardi B, I like to call her. It's just quite a straightforward sort of dunk on the head a couple of times, and this is the difficulty spike that I was talking about. We had that really hard trick to try and pull through. Don't want to claim that it's frame perfect, but maybe it is. And this is where the game just gets quite chill, quite zen. We're on to winter performance. We don't need to go back to the hard world or anything. We rock out to the music. We're in a winter wonderland.
Aww. But so I'm curious to see the spike. Everybody looks so cute too.
They dressed up. They understood the assignment.
Yeah. They're all Santas.
Cool, power up time. Enjoy this music and flying cows.
Yay!
Yeah, I'm glad that I hit this.
Oh my goodness.
I'm not supposed to hit that. That doesn't speed up anything. In fact, it made it slower, but it was worth it. Totally worth it.
It was entertaining, for sure.
Then I don't know what's going on in this part of the level, but something seems to be going on. But we're just gonna vibe with it.
Yeah, this is a weird level, especially
like some sort of icy box.
It also feels kind of unfinished to me, specifically because this is the only level that doesn't have a boss. It just ends. So it definitely feels like they had something more planned.
Oh, interesting. Oh, okay.
Yeah, we just straight done with that. Like, it's not on the map. It's just, hi, have a nice little level in between that and the final one.
Oh, okay. That's nice. Yeah. But I agree with Liz Star. I think there was more that was supposed to be there.
I think it's quite nice. It gives us a bit of a respite, but we are now in the Chamber of Doors. We have to know which one we're going to take.
Bam.
This is when the funny frames are funny.
I love how you can open the door and go in even after bam slamming into the wall. It's so great.
Right, this can be a funny smear frame. Oh, not smear frame, but funny pause frame. Alrighty, my memory now needs to work with me. Might be early in the morning. The game of memory is that. Oh, come on, sprint tempo. Thank you.
Bam.
Love it. do I? I'm gonna try it too. I'm gonna see if I can try it.
What, every time we go through a door?
Bam.
Are there any more that you can slam into? I think that might have been it.
Oh, that might have been it. Okay.
Yeah,
I love these frogs. They're cute.
Those are adorbs. Oh my. I might be
just chilling out. I feel like we probably didn't pay for this hotel.
So cute.
We probably didn't pay for swimming pool access. Oh yeah. Here.
Bam.
Bam.
Alrighty, we are up near the top of this performance. Let's see if we can. Nope, can't get the jump. Thank you, game. Yeah, those inputs are tight, so sometimes it works in your favor, sometimes it does not. Ooh. I'm just gonna go up normally.
Nope.
Gonna take the health here. We might not actually need it, but you've seen all of the other bosses. You've seen the random RNG that they'll throw at you. This is the final boss. Just keep in note what I'm doing here. Ah, could have got a quicker kill here. Right, boss comes back in. That was the final boss. Time is coming up in 3, 2, 1. Time.
Oh, that's adorable.
And he's gonna do his dance again.
Oh, that is so cute.
And there he is. He's saved the Major Mike show.
Oh.
He's earning a prize, that's for sure. And get ready for this prize.
What is this prize? I'm super
Ooh,
curious.
let's press some start button to get to this prize a little bit quicker.
Depending on your score, you will get a different prize at the end. Although it's really funny because in the beta, the score, the points that you got was ×4. So in order to get the highest score, you have to grind in the game for like hours.
So somebody
It's not
calculated
balanced.
it. 6 hours in the final boss, like abusing continues. So in the end, we win some box of briefs, and it leaves us with this lovely credits card.
Oh.
I love him.
I'll drink chill out telephone. He's so happy. Look at him. He's got a great big grin on him.
And that is your super form in the second game, by the way.
Yeah, you literally outbuff
what?
a boss. You literally just like flex your muscles to one of the bosses, and I think it just combusts.
Yeah, you mash A as you both flex, and you flex harder, and they explode. It's great.
Okay. As I'm dying in joy right now, that is so good. I didn't realize that was a super form. Wow, that's a form. Okay, thank you so much. This was awesome. Thank you for running tempo along Weekend. It was so good.
Thank you.
We're gonna just take a little bit of a break right now, but before we head out, I wanted to make sure that if we had like any plugins that we wanted to do, or if anyone was interested in getting into the Tempo Speedrun community. I know that the Discord is not there, but if anybody wanted to reach out to both of you, where would they be able to contact you regarding that?
Liz, you can go first because I think you've run this game a little more recently than I have, of course, other than today.
Sure. If you ever want to get into this game, you can just chat with me on Twitch or on Twitter at _LizStar_. I'm happy to give you as much help as I can. Honestly, it's not the hardest run to learn it, but you're going to have to deal with the fact that it is a hard game. Learning the route and all of the strats isn't that bad. It's just kind of getting good enough at it where it's not frustrating and the RNG doesn't constantly kick you in the face. But if you are interested, you can just at me on here on Twitch.
And as for me, you can talk to me about this game. I'll try and help. And I'd like to shout out the people who did help me. Veo, Sets, and Papanda. They've all ran this game and done a better job of it than me. And they've given some good advice, some good tips here and there. But yeah, it's very much a game that if you want to have a go at, you just go out and do it. A lot of it just comes naturally, but you're more than welcome to ask me about it. Hypnotics on Twitch and Twitter, if that's your preferred way of contacting. And that's Tempo32X. If you like shorter speedruns and more 8-bit speedruns, then there's a Tempo Junior, which was on my Hotfix show going places the other day. Also, there's a choreography credit in this game, which I think is brilliant. And dance assistant as well.
Oh, nice. I was going to say, if you wanted to provide more about going places, what's your show all about?
You know what? I might leave that for the run that we're going to do next.
Okay,
so,
that's fair. Totally fair.
Anticipation, a little bit of a cliffhanger there. People can find out the next run.
Okay. Perfect. Yeah, definitely. Don't go away. We're going to be having more with Hypnotics, and we're going to play some Lost Ember, any percent NMG. So stick around. We're going to have a nice little stretch break. Well, go, stretch, get some water or tea, get comfy and cozy, and then we're going to have fun with Lost Ember with Hypnotics. We'll be with you in the shoe? Wow, I can't talk anymore. Where did my brain went? A few short minutes. Yeah, there we go. Apparently shoes are short. Hello, everybody. This is Cutie Roo SR bringing you some more Legally Cute. I am really excited for this run. We are playing Lost Ember, any percent NMG. So, and we are bringing back Hypnotics. Dun, da, da, da. But before we get into the fun swing of things of playing the games and showing the speedruns, I just have a few, just a few reminders, okay? So Summer Games Done Quick is coming up, and that will be June 26th to July 3rd. Now, just a friendly reminder, the prize submissions are open, and if you're interested, go check out at gamesdonequick.com for more info. And another event that's going to be coming around, Frame Fatales will be having its next all-women speedrunning event, Flame Fatales, in late August. So anybody interested, we could do the command, which I just did, in chat. So just if you have any more information and curious about it, you could go to gamesdonequick.com, Frame Fatales. So just one more thing. We are just, we do go on YouTube. We do have the highlights. We have a channel that features all the highlights for all the GDQ Hotfix show, like, my show or Hypnotic show, Going Places. So definitely check out the YouTubes for Games Done Quick. Anywho, Hypnotics. I'm super excited.
Welcome back.
Are you excited? Yeah, welcome back.
Yes, I am. Because there was a reason why this one was second. I feel like I can just, ease into a completely different state of mind playing this game. The other one's quite stressful, sort of like hardy, arcadey type game, and this one's just something modern and something quite zen. I mean, if the title screen was enough to give it away, it's nice. It's nice and relaxed. But goofy. I describe this run as goofy. This is a down patch version of the game. Modern gaming be like that, and yeah, there's certainly some fun to be had here.
Awesome. Well, whenever you are ready, take it away.
Alrighty. So we usually time this by real time without loads, but we're going to time it by real time. So time will start when we fade to black here or red. Whatever the game wants to do, to black. Okay, so time starts now. So slight change of pace from what we had earlier. We had a sort of early 90s 32X game, and now we're a 2019 PC release. And this game is completely it's the sort of thing that I don't run at all, but was a really, really nice thing to come to. It's just really nice and chill. I think that's all that I can really say about this game.
Well, so that I always like asking this because to me it's very fun to learn the backstory. What got you interested in playing the game, and then what got you interested in speedrunning the game?
So I picked this up when Steam sales, they come around a bit. This had come around, and I thought, yeah, you know what, I can get behind this. I'd seen when it had been released a while ago and saw good reviews and thought, hey, this is pretty neat. A developer that I don't know, putting off something like this, that's really cool. So when it did come around, and I thought, yeah, I can get behind that. Played it casually and thought, yeah, this is neat. And the fact that a speedrun existed for it was a bit of a surprise to me beforehand, but it was in the hands of, I believe, previous Portal speedrunners, and I mean, they know how to break a game, so this, like, all of that sort of reputation and knowledge from that game came across to this, and
that's it.
makes for a cool run, certainly. Ooh.
Interesting.
So we're going to be seeing a lot of sequence breaks in this game. So I'm going to be doing a lot of restart from last checkpoint, so that we don't have to trigger as many memories as we might expect. So we are moving along swiftly. We've got a lot of cutscenes to skip, but the main gimmick of the game is coming up very, very shortly. Hopefully we're not going to fall into this hole. We didn't. That's good. And lo and behold, after we skip this cutscene, we are now a wombat.
Okay.
And you're just rolling around. Speed of sound.
Okay.
Ooh.
I see what you mean by goofy.
Yeah, it certainly throws you into the deep end. It's just like, yeah, this is what you do now.
That's actually kind of cool. I like that.
So we navigate with these neat little dudes. We do a little rolling here and there to gain a little bit of speed, but we are, they can get into spaces that a certain wolf can't. So you might see a lot of jittering with this game as well. That is optimization issues. That is not my computer being bad. That's not the stream chugging. That is just how the game be sometimes.
I'm sorry, but I can't get over the rolling. Sorry, that's like what's in my head right now.
I mean, totally valid. I think as somebody who sort of speedruns more sort of Sonic the Hedgehog games, there's certainly that idea that comes to mind. You know, they're taking inspiration from their small hedgehog friends.
Yeah. Aw. This is actually so my style of a game. Like I would normally typically play.
Oh, it's super
It's
pretty.
really, yeah.
Yeah,
I love this.
I've always been a sucker for open worlds. I know it doesn't always translate well to good speedruns, but yeah, I'm a big sucker, especially like if it just looks nice. I'm of a belief that if a game looks nice and sounds nice, again, this game has really good sound design, you can have fun, and I think I certainly have fun. I find it strange that there are sort of like, with a story, there's like tribal themes and stuff like that, and they've got a British guy as your spirit guide.
Interesting.
I'm sure there was a decision behind that, but I'm not gonna judge them for that. I mean, I can because I'm British, so. Some more rolling. Got to be done. A little route round here, and then back to wolf. So we've been transforming into wombats so far. You'll be seeing some more, animals to transform into soon. I'm not going to give anything away. Not going to give anything away.
Okay. I was about to ask, but now I'm curious. I'm going to be, I'm on the edge of my seat.
So a lot of people describe this game as a walking sim, which is kind of accurate, but I feel like if you just label it like that, then you're missing the point, because there's a lot of, like, this could be a collectathon game if you want. There are loads of different things to collect and find and to discover, and there are loads of different runs for this game as well. There's an any %, which is horrendously broken. You just fly to the end of the game in 12 minutes. No major glitches is near the 50-minute mark, so that should tell you just how broken the any % is. But I think this has a good level of sort of fun and goof. We're going to be doing another restart from checkpoint because it helps us go quicker. I imagine some of these time saves will be more sort of useful for times without loads, but I'm just going to go with what I'm used to, because if I miss one of these restart from last checkpoints, the game will crash. Being on a downpatch version, it is prone to doing that. We love modern gaming here.
Oh. Yeah, that's what that's funny when you have indie games. They have their little quirks. I know, like, I speedrun Sheepo, and it's funny, like, if you get out of the game, like, you get a music bug, and so you won't have it, like if you're in the game and then you have to go back to the menu, and you go through the game again, there's no music. Yeah, just little quirks.
Yeah, things here and there. So the main sort of requirement that you've got to do in this game is unlock memories. You don't really have to do any puzzles or anything. It's just walking around, discovering things, and making sure that you can break these walls. And now we are a hummingbird. This is how you break the game. We sort of fly out of bounds around here, and because it's one big continuous map, like everything sort of loads up in chunks, we can just go straight to the end from here. But we're not going to do that because we've got more than another 10 minutes of this game to show off at least. So, and more couple of frame drops. Thank you, game. And then we end. I think we're at the end of the second chapter at this point. So speeding through nice and quickly.
Nice. Yeah, I am. I'm kind of curious about other kind of animals there are.
Okay.
So I'm super stoked to see like which ones that. I mean, we already have the hummingbird. We already have the wombat.
Yeah.
We already had. Okay.
We had the duck. I think it's a duck or a goose sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's neat. One thing we do also have to avoid in this game, although actually we're about to do it deliberately, classic speedrunner move, is to fall off from sort of large drops. But we're going to do it deliberately here because we want to transform into a duck. Hope that one is going to spawn. Here we go. So we become a duck over here, and as you can see, there's a big sort of vast space over here. Let's just skip most of it. Because, you know, we're a duck and we can do that. There's a memory down there. You can see all of the memories with the sort of the flares going off. Yeah, we don't need to go there. So if you've got any honkers in chat, if you've got any honks, then
honks.
Now's the time. So we've got to be careful here because there's some invisible walls, and if we're a little bit too sort of full trying to get ourselves just beyond this red wall, we can sort of put ourselves in a sticky situation, but it's looking like we have got the right trajectory. We're going to transform into the spirit and then back into the wolf. And there we go, we skipped a big chunk there with something that isn't, I don't think it's even considered a glitch. I'm not sure. We need to do a restart from checkpoint so that we have broken the wall, I suppose. And then another transformation.
Ooh.
It's another duck or goose or whatever.
Oh.
They handy guys.
Sorry.
They handy guys.
Yeah. I'm still figuring out if it's I think it's a duck.
Yeah.
It looks like a duck.
Yeah.
The feet looks like a duck. Yeah. But I can see the goose thing though. I really can. I have to see the neck, like the, you know what I mean?
Maybe it shall remain a mystery. Maybe we'll never know. One thing I do know is that so this was a Kickstarter game, and usually when it comes to Kickstarter games, you only ever hear of them doing badly or like sort of taking a lot of people's money and they're not doing much with it. This game is one of the success stories, which is really nice to see. I think when it was first kickstarted, one thing that you could get for this game were little plushies of the wombats, and I'm so sad that I wasn't in the know with this game earlier because, oh my goodness, I would totally buy that in an instant. They're just so cute. Aww. So, skipping a big section here with the duck, we'll go with duck, and we are going to try and fly ourselves over to that little pillar that you can see over there, that little structure of some sort, and then what will be unleashed after that is interesting. Is certainly interesting. I was talking about this run being goofy. This will be peak goof. Okay.
So here's the thing that I like about the game a lot. It is the okay. I got distracted.
Here's the goof. So we're supposed to be a different animal at this point. We're the duck instead of the hummingbird, and the animations are completely broken. Like this duck's legs are broken. It's not flying properly, and goofy. I said goofy.
Yes.
And then when we get to the other side of it, lo and behold, we weren't actually a duck this whole time. We were hummingbird. And now we're wolf again.
I love this food run already. I see what you're saying.
Right, you're in the middle of something before the cutscene.
Oh, I was saying I like the game because of the animals, and if I could have a zoo, it would look like this. I really want to own a zoo so badly. I mean, I know it's going to be a lot, and there's a lot of maintenance involved, but I want so many animals in my real life.
Understandable. All right, we're going to go quick sort of little passing the baton here. We're going to go as a duck and then over to a hummingbird and going to speed on through here. Now, there was something that I didn't know before running this game, is that in the accessibility options, there's something where you can hold down space to go quickly. I didn't know about that, so I was mashing spacebar to try and go quick in this game, which is a little bit rough, but yeah, there's stuff to make speedruns nice, and lo and behold, we offer our first aquamarine animal.
Okay. Well, we gotta. Okay. Oh,
so we've got tap to dash, and then if we time this at the right time, we can just stop this funny sequence where it wants us to do sort of quick time event type thing. And we're jumping.
Oh, interesting.
And we're free. Look at this. I'm not slowing it down. We just living in the moment. Oh, to be a fish falling through the sky.
Yeah, I mean, what better feeling? You gotta fly in the sky as a fish.
Living the life.
So high. Yeah.
That sort of thing begs the question of whether, when fish are underwater, if they see something flying, do they think it's like a plane or no? What is it like? Crabs? If they're looking from the bottom of the ocean, looking up, do they think that fish are like planes and flying past them?
Still here.
I imagine they probably just don't think much at all, but
yeah, they'll forget 5 seconds. I don't know. That's actually a good point, though. I've never thought of it from their perspective, and I actually like that you bring that up. I don't know. That's a good point. I'm thinking about it.
Alrighty, thank you, service fish. We are now back to the wolf, and we've got a little cutscene to skip here. Nothing major. We can just keep running.
My name would be carved into the...
And
So
more story exposition, but we're missing most of that because of what we skipped. Yeah, you were saying?
Oh, no, I was going to say I kind of understand the story better here.
Okay.
The story makes a little bit more sense, even though the cutscenes aren't there. But I get that we're in the wilderness and there's people involved and there's different animals involved. So
yeah. So our protagonist, the character that we play, they're in the afterlife. This is their spirit animal now. Seems like every animal has been their spirit animal, but this is their main sort of vessel. And we are guided by our spirit guide, who will constantly tell us to not do what we're doing because he doesn't understand that we're doing a speed run. Come on, get the memo. And
come on.
Yeah, that's sort of the basic premise of it, and we're finding out why we are in this predicament, why we have a spirit guide, why we are dead. And it's a good story of sort of like retribution, forgiveness, and how to be fast with animals, which is the most important part.
Yes. Speeding with animals.
So another sequence break there. We didn't break the wall, and now that we do that restart from last checkpoint, we back as a fish again. And I think the game is at its prettiest along this other level. I hope I can still hear audio. Come on, game, be nice to me. There we go, it's come back. That's the game just being the game.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah, I think downpatched was a mistake, but it's the only way we can do most of these glitches. Fast moment with the hummingbird. Whoop. Too fast for me.
With the current patch, you can't do any of these because did all these get patched out?
I think most of them did. I just remember trying to do a run of it, and yeah, a lot of things weren't happening for me. And bless them, the people who were running this game and who had the patch and managed to make it available for me to use and to run with. Very, very grateful for that because, like I said, really, really appreciate this run and appreciate this game because it's a really makes a difference because you're going fast, but you're also at a brisk jogging pace. There's something quite zen about it.
Yeah, I know. I agree. That's actually sweet though too that the community did that. Because it's hard when I understood so Cuphead, for example, there was this huge glitch that was found, and it was the weapon swap glitch, and it killed the bosses and the damage levels. Like, yeah, but it was patched out fairly quickly, and it's been, other things have been changing too, but it's just, and I understand why like things get patched out, and it's actually an interesting discussion to have in terms of just like speed running and the game developer. I think, they're just trying to fix like some of the bugs, but at the same time, if those bugs were part of the speed run, you know what I mean? So that's the interesting discussion point, but yeah.
Just gonna let the game load in. There we go. Thank you. It was taking a little moment. I was a little bit worried, but
the game was tired.
Wake up, babe. New animal dropped. These funny things.
What is that? An armadillo?
Kind of. I think it's a. Somebody described them as a diggy boy, which I think is. It does enough for me.
Yep, certainly. Diggy Boy's perfect. I love Diggy Boy.
So now it's the climb. We're heading up to this sort of funky temple thing. And yeah, I'm gonna keep on saying it, probably because I'm in a sort of partially sort of awake state at the moment. It's just really nice chill part of the run where you're just running. That's
good. Yeah, I realized what time it is for you. I found out the secret behind that, and yeah. It is early. Very early.
There's no other game that I'd rather be running than this at this time.
That's perfect. Yeah, this is like a perfect game too. It's aesthetically pleasing, it's chill, it's cozy, and like, I don't know. I could see why for example, people I know would want to speedrun it too.
Yeah, it's definitely worth checking out. I mentioned that there was a 100% run, which is sort of more of a collectathon. There's this run. We can always help you with down patching. There's a glitchless run. There's an 80% run, which is, as we mentioned, horrendously broken. Yeah, there's loads of different types of runs. There's even a meme category for this game.
Oh, there is? Oh, what is it?
We might even show it off at the end. It's tortoise %.
Okay.
Where you can select from any level that you want, but you've got to transform into the tortoise as quick as you can. Spoiler, you can transform into a tortoise. And it's... Actually, no, it isn't. So you've got to transform into a tortoise, lead it to water, and then transform back into the wolf. And... do I give any more away? I think we'll show it off at the end. There's a little extra bit at the end that I will hold secret until after this run.
Okay. Secrets are good? Question marks? I'm curious. Secrets make me more curious. Like, of course, it's like, oh, I have a secret. Yes. Tell me. kind of thing.
Now.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. I can't wait for another minute. Yeah. It's funny. I lately I've been having a lot of secrets. I don't know if I can hold anymore because of other things. But yes. They're good secrets, but yes, once the secrets are out, I could say what secrets they were. This makes no sense. Secrets, yes, it's a thing. I don't know why I'm talking about secrets, but yes.
We love them and we hate them. I think that's the case. So Hummingbird saving us a lot of time here, keeping it going, and we are in this big temple, Majog. What am I saying? We want to go up here if the game's going to let us. And now some very hard maneuvering, and as soon as we lose frames, we lose sight of where we want to go. There's a big frame loss. Can we go down a bit? Control? Is control not working?
Uh-oh.
There we go.
Oh, there we go.
Thank you. And then wombats, sorry, we don't need you. We have gone past the need for a wombat. We can just fly through that tunnel.
I can't get over this.
I'm struggling to keep up as well, don't worry.
Yeah.
There we go, this is where we want to be.
Okay. It's so good. I don't know why the whole speeding up thing is just so like, I don't know, I love it.
And now hands off. This is a cutscene that we do have to watch. It's giving away a little bit of the story, but I don't think.
I'll shield my eyes. I won't look.
I choose not to see.
I choose not to see. Actually, so that is a good... how come you can't skip this cutscene in particular versus all the other ones?
So this is one where we actually have to take control of a character. I think that's the main reason for it. So we come across these parrots, a new character, new challenger approaches. And we have got to fly through this. So I think because it's a mandatory section where we have to, utilize another character, I think it's required, so the cutscene can't be skipped.
Okay.
I'm sure somebody who knows what they're talking about might correct me in chat, but yeah, we are heading off into the light. What's going to happen next? I can't even remember myself. We've got to skip some cutscenes. That's certainly what's going to happen next. Breaking the immersion a little bit.
Everything is burning. Okay, so why is everything burning? I want to know. Okay, I'll figure this out. I don't want you to tell me. Don't tell me.
Okay. Well, we went through all the emotions there. Oh,
yes.
No, I don't. Don't tell me.
Exactly. I was thinking about it out loud in a weird way. But yeah, I don't know. I'm very, very piqued about this. So I definitely will play this casually.
Nice.
Yeah, because it's just such it's such a me game kind of thing. And I could see why other people like it too. And, if the community is it like active, or if anyone was interested in speedrunning it? I know there's
it's certainly there. It's not active particularly.
Okay.
I sort of let them know that I was running this because it's good to let folk know. We need to restart checkpoint here, otherwise the game will crash. Let them know, and they're all really nice. They're all really nice and supportive, and like I said, help me with the down patching because it's something that I've never done before. I was a deer in headlights, so good animal analogy there. They helped me out with that, which is really good. Certainly welcoming.
We're the Diggy Boy.
Yeah, I think that's the last we see of him. So thank you for your service, Diggy Boy.
Thank you.
Closest to the city of light.
Yeah, definitely. I might have to. But yeah, so I will put the information in chat for anyone who wants to see the speedrun and stuff like that. Yeah, that actually really is cool though. That I love it when a community, very supportive and help each other out and things like that.
Good bunch.
Yeah, like it's good to hear that too. That like this is not your typical, normal game that you would speedrun. So like for you to get interested, it's like really, really rad to have the community support that too. It's really, I don't know, I love stories like that.
Yeah. Alrighty, so we found a mushroom. That is one of the collectibles that you can get in this game. You can notice that that's the only one that we've collected, and that's the only one that we are going to collect. So there are a lot of hidden treats here and there. We will come across one of the, I can't remember the name of them because it was so long ago since I did it casually. We'll come across one of the sort of glowing illuminated animals later on, which are another thing that can be collected. An animal which we have not seen so far. We are setting up for some more goofiness. This is possibly my favorite state of the game. As you can see, we're a fish out of water at the moment, but we're kind of thriving. We're going downhill. We might struggle if we were to, get on some grass, get on some rougher terrain, have to be going uphill at some point. But we're gonna swim through the water for a little bit, and
we're fishy.
I'm just gonna let the game do the talking.
Okay.
We are fish zooming, everybody.
I love the fish zooming. Oh, that's the best.
And here we go.
One.
We keep going. We've got to make it across to here. We don't need to activate that memory. We're just going straight on.
Oh.
Wait, I can't get through.
We might need to do a restart from last checkpoint because I think, I've gone out of bounds. I was having too much fun. That would invalidate a no major glitches run as well. Maybe we get to do the fish again. Let's see.
Yay! I want my fishy zoom-ins.
Oh, no, the fish has left us. That's all right. We are still at the right point of the game, so we don't need to activate that memory. Instead, we just walk through this wall, please. Thank you.
I can't get through.
We can leave the spirit guide behind. Goodbye. And this is a little cave that we want to avoid swimming as much as we can. A lot of the water's shallow. We'll get nearer the end of it and it will get a little bit deeper. Yeah, Lucas is being kind to me. I went too fast for the game.
I was going to ask, if you were to choose an animal that you wanted to be in the game, which animal would you be?
Ooh, just from this game?
Yes, just for this game. You know what? We'll do game and then, in reality.
Reality.
Wait.
I mean, the wombats sort of give off very, head empty, no thoughts vibe, which is quite a nice life to have. And if you're just cute and rolling around eating berries, it's a good life.
Yeah.
I don't think there are any characters that we haven't seen yet that I'd be like, oh yeah, I want to be one of those. Up jump? No, not first time. Yeah, I think Wolf's kind of neat as well. Yeah, I think they're all neat. We're trying to get this jump, which is really hard to get for whatever reason.
Oh, I see why. Yeah.
I think I can use the Diggy Boys, but also we can just jump over. Let's keep going.
Yeah.
Actually, no, we can't transform into the Diggy Boys because this is a sequence break, so...
Oh.
Let's see.
So, in chat is saying, a tortoise. I like being a tortoise. I'm not against a tortoise. I like the idea of, lounging around in the sun, eating.
Yeah, taking life chill.
Yeah, I like that. I don't know. If I had to be a panda, I would be a red panda. I love red pandas.
Oh, yeah, that's a good choice.
Okay. Yeah, I also like wolves though, but I do like, I don't know, anything bears I like. Koala bears, panda bears, even cute little tiny cub bears that are polar bears, or I like bears. I have a thing for bears. But red pandas are not really a bear, so I don't know. Red pandas are cute. Yeah. They're just adorable.
No, I've got to apologize to the Diggy Boy fans because we can't actually use them in that sequence because we had gone past the wall. We did manage to finally go across. I think if animal that isn't in this game that I don't know much about their lifestyle, but pine martens are pretty cool. I quite like just mustelids in general, like otters and those sorts of dudes. They're just enjoying life.
Yeah. Just a correction just for YouTube. You know what? I'm gonna make the decision. I think red pandas are bears. I have to say from chat, I agree with chat. But yeah, I definitely would say this is just to me, this is just so much fun to watch. I can't express that enough. I'm probably repeating that, but it's just the fact that it's just so good. This is a treat.
I've been repeating myself as well. It's just, honestly, if you feel like you're in a rut with a particular game, or you just feel like speedrunning has got too intense, please pick this up, because it is such an... Guys will literally play Lost Ember instead of going to therapy. Honestly. It's great. It's a great game, and with the newer patches, if you just did glitchless, I'm sure that is a really nice experience. In fact, I think we might actually have a glitchless runner in chat, which can sort of clue you in. But I think that's a category that I'd like to have a go at some point, because this is fun. There's more fun to be had, and you see more of the story with the glitchless run. Again, another unskippable cutscene. We're just going to let this roll out. See the game looking all pretty.
Oh, cool cup. Sorry, mug.
Thank you. You've got to rep the boy.
Yeah.
That's sort of whilst this cutscene is going on. SGDQ, firstly, watch it, donate, and all that. I'm going to be on it at one point on the Wednesday, I believe. And I'll be showing off Knuckles' game, Knuckles' Chaotix, which is the second 32x game shown off in a mainline event, which don't know whether it's a good title to have, but it's going to be a fun time. I'm really looking forward to it. And yeah, I mean, we've had this conversation before, but maybe not everybody knows. Are you looking forward to SGDQ, Rue?
Yes, I am. I will be there myself for different reasons, but I will be there. I'm looking forward to being. I'm looking forward to seeing everybody. It would be nice. I definitely am excited to see. So your run's on. It's going to be on Wednesday. So I'm going to keep that in mind.
I believe so, yeah.
And I definitely would want to watch that. Everybody definitely should watch that. I think that, I don't know. So when I was playing Sonic and Knuckles 3, I think it was, or Sonic 3 to Sonic and Knuckles, I remember like that was like the vacuum thing, right? For the Sega Genesis where you could put it together. So I always liked Knuckles Path so much more because of the fact that it was just yeah, you just break it and like you go through the levels. It was so much fun. And plus like you get to float, okay? You get to fly around in a weird way. It's like you're just sitting there and you're like navigating. And that's actually how I found most of the Chaos Emeralds was because of Knuckles, honestly. Climbing the walls and flying and stuff like that, so.
Oh, he's the man. He is the man.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so we've on to our next chapter. As we hit the sort of trigger to get to this next chapter, I press Q, which is our slow motion button. And that stopped us from being in slow motion, and we are now this neat little guy. I say little guy, it's another animal, and he's big. We're not going to stay as him for that long. Game.
Game,
we
please.
Want to be a fish again, there we go. And we want to jump out here, and then hopefully game will be on our side, cycles will be at the right spot, then you transform into a parrot again, and zoom down here. So we want to go just under this interesting looking rock formation, little balancing act, very impressive. And we want to trigger this memory. Now, this is where the game can be incredibly kind or unkind to us. Oh, we missed that turn. Let's try again. U-turn.
U-turn.
Okay, there we go. Okay, we were just about in the region for it. So we want to restart from last checkpoint. And we are going to try and race to get to a parrot in time. Hopefully we'll be facing the right way. Here we go. So we are the wolf. We are running over here. You can see the parrots are flying overhead. We want to make sure that we can transform into one of those. We didn't, so we've got to restart from last checkpoint until we can finally hit one of these parrots because they save a lot of time. A lot of time.
Okay.
I saw that somebody was wondering how fast a glitchless run of this is. It's honestly, especially with my time, it's like only 7 minutes quicker than the current No Major Glitches world record. So not much of a difference, but I think there's enough sort of strange things going on in No Major Glitches to make it worth the ride. It can be a bit unkind to you sometimes, but yeah. It's not happening for me at the moment. I don't know whether there's like a random formation that they appear in or not, but yes. Let's just keep going. Well, that's not going to help. We want to be sprinting as we hit the ground. So.
Oh, okay.
Gotta be quick.
Yeah. Yeah. I like quick. I like fast.
Quick
That's good.
speed run.
Yeah. I like being speedy. I like zoomies. Although a lot of the games I run are really chill, so I don't know. I have like a few under my belt that are just very chill runs.
No, they're too out of sight. Okay, so apparently I want to hug the left side of the rock. He's a bit of a big guy. I don't know if I can get around to his left side. Let's have a look.
Oh, the chat was advice from chat.
Yeah, let's hug the left side of the rock. I did not know about that being a thing. I wonder if being on top of the rock can help. Hello, please. See, they're all flying off over there, which doesn't help me.
Okay.
And I think the other ones flew over there. So, oh, actually, you can see them over there. I wonder if we just take the long way around. Oh, I could have done that all that time. We did all those resets for nothing. Anyway, this is what we were supposed to do first time.
That's
Let's
okay.
just pretend we did it first time.
Yeah,
Elephants.
it's a race. What are you talking about?
Yes, they're slow, so we're not going to go as elephants. They're cute, though.
Yeah, we're good. I mean, honestly, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, never in doubt, never in doubt. So we're finally catching up to those parrots that we should have transformed into earlier. How dare they not let us do that? And then we're back as fish. This fish, so you might have noticed that there are two different ones. One of them allows us to do the zooming, and another one allows us to look pretty. This is the fabulous fish.
Aww.
It's going to let us jump. There we go.
Okay, I want to be that fish. Oh, sorry, the other fish is... I want to be the pretty... Oh, there it is.
We can't do as much zooming with this one. I think it's just a tiny bit faster than running pace with a wolf for a little bit, but yeah, it's good fun.
Yeah, that is good fun. I can't get over that. That's so good. The game's just like, why?
Well, we didn't expect you to do this. Let's just make everything go really quick.
Yeah, that's so good. Oh man, that is so good.
It's nice when games have their little freakouts and you're just like, oh, bless you.
Yes. Yes.
Alrighty, another sort of funky sequence thing going on here. So, as you can see, we are in the middle of a stampede. What do you do with a stampede? You go with the flow. Wrong. We go straight back into the... Carnage ensues.
You don't run away, you go right into it. Let's go.
Invisible wall, and we'll skip that. Let's skip that scene. Sorry, you were about to say something before I got into the spirit of the fight.
No, it's totally. It's better. I'm sorry, just running into the stampede was just priceless.
Yeah, it does. There's a lot in this run that sort of throws you off. You're just like, oh, seems like quite an unsuspecting run. You're just like, oh yeah, running around, and then every so often it will just throw out something silly, and you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah. What I like is that it still continues. It happens like throughout the run. Yeah,
it's an interesting one to like try and do PB attempts of. Because, you know, the intro, it sort of takes a bit of time to get going, and then when everything does start to roll in place, there are a few sort of moments in the run where it's a bit annoying, where if you've already done like the first 20 minutes and you're like, oh, I can't jump over this rock, how tedious. You get boring in that sense, but I sort of treated it as a semi-serious speedrun, and I think it did me some good to treat it that way after doing so many runs that were sort of a bit more intensive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so how does it feel? That's a good question in terms of how do you feel when you do like a very fast-paced speedrun and then you go to a speedrun that's like more chill, and you know, what is it like doing that, like going between the two?
It's with this game, it gives your brain some air, some space, because usually when you're doing something that's a little bit tighter, like tempo, like we had earlier, that's much more sort of, you know, everything's quite sporadic. It's all happening very quickly. Running that speed run. But this game, it's much more at a leisurely pace, but it still feels like a speed run. Like it's not like, oh, I'm just doing a casual playthrough of the game. Yeah, it's a completely different vibe. Which I know is like a terrible answer to give, but no, it's definitely nice. We are going to come up to another glitch here. So we want to skip this cutscene, and we are going to move forward as the goat if it wants to. There we go. And then we're going to position ourselves just on the side of this cliff. And then when we go out of our state here, we are just a floating orb in an animal world, and we managed to do that first try, which is really nice. Managed to maneuver ourselves.
Nice.
We transform back into the goat, and we do some rock jumping. Some extreme
done.
sports.
Yeah.
And we are over here on the camera. Then we wait for these dudes to come around. Gonna do a leap of faith. There we go. And then it spawned normal size. Sometimes this statue can just spawn at different sizes. And then we hold F to reveal here. We want to skip this cutscene and hope that we can... wrong menu. I think we are in a bad state at the moment, which should make the run invalid. No, Oh, maybe we are. Okay, interesting. We didn't need to transform back into the parrot from the wolf. I haven't seen that before.
Okay.
But it meant we went fast. So
Yeah.
hip hooray!
Yay. Never. No, that's never happened before.
Haven't heard that anywhere.
Yeah.
So everything's sort of quite obvious whilst you're the goat. Hey, another character, another character, another animal. And yeah, you can tell where you need to climb here and there, which is nice. Like, I'm not the best with puzzle games and stuff where the game's like, oh yeah, you need to work this out yourself. It sort of throws everything in front of you and it's just like, yeah, this is how you progress. And it's nice. It just lets you like lay back. It's more of an art piece than like an intense gaming experience. I feel like I don't think that's doing the developers a disservice, because sometimes if you say something like that, it might sort of be degrading the value of the game. But yeah, I think it's a neat game.
Yeah.
I'll keep on singing its praises for a while.
Yeah. No, I am there with you. I keep on repeating myself. I know it, but it's like I'm genuinely like, I'm really like looking forward to playing it. So I definitely agree with you.
And like what got me into speedrunning at the first point, and like the first one that I sort of really felt a connection to was the run that I'll be doing at SGDQ, because it's Chaotix. And the main reason I did that is because sort of out of love for, the character and the fact that the game existed. And I think the reason why I'm still up for like playing this game and running it every so often in marathons is because I just really love the game now. It was one that was out of field. I wanted to speedrun new games. I decided to pick it up as part of like a charity thing that I was going to do through the year. I wasn't very consistent at doing that, but I'm super glad that I ended up picking up this game, and yeah, just got to know some really nice people, really helpful people. And yeah, I think it did me some good, this game, because it's chill. It's chill. I'm going to keep on saying it, but it's chill.
Yeah.
Nice.
Because I have to admit, I speedrun. I don't know. I can go back to any speedrun I speedrun. So that's kind of the thing with me. I might be really good at learning them and then not stick to it, but I can go back to it whenever I want to, which is kind of the cool part.
Yeah.
But the thing for me though is like, so my love, and so like how you feel about this is Ori and the Blind Forest Definitive Edition. That was kind of like the one that got me into speedrunning. I mean, I speedrun before with like Supersonic, and so Supersonic and I know each other for a very, very long time, since high school, basically.
Yeah.
And so what's interesting about that history was I got to see how the development and the growth side of Supersonic. But as Supersonic was getting into speedrunning, I was like, oh, it's cool, but I didn't know if it was me, because I don't know, like the stuff that Supersonic was doing, I tried to do it and I'm just like, oh, this is really hard. Like the Mega Man zips. I was trying to learn the Mega Man zips and I could get them, but not like consistently. You know what I mean? Like I have an appreciation when like hard tricks or glitches are done. I have an appreciation for it, but for me, I like the routing of games. I like randomizers. I just have a different style basically. And yeah, like I was doing those 12-hour challenges with Supersonic. And so I know for me, it was like I was learning the Super Metroid and doing the sprite trick. I couldn't, okay, so it was funny because the morph ball trick was hard for me, but the sprite trick was easy for me. And so, but it's just interesting how you can learn speedrunning in different ways. But that's what I love about speedrunning is the versatility behind it. You can do whatever you want with speedrunning on your own terms and your own level. But I know for me, Ori and the Blind Forest DE, my point was that's a hard game. Like that's a fast-paced game in terms of just like as long as you can, practice enough and you get the memory muscles down, it's great. But there's a lot of tricks and they're actually hard. And so like taking the time to learn them, there is a dedication to that too. So
yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So I can understand like, cause I sped Cuphead and I can understand it from that point of view. And
Oh boy,
it's different to learn the difference between the hard, fast-paced, glitch, tricks, all those things, and then you kind of go to, like, for example, for me, I have Adventures of Pip or Songbird Symphony, or just like I just have a lot of cozy, chill games too, where it's not so like intensive. Like Songbird Symphony, you don't even. I was on the bargain bin, and I showed that you didn't even have to like. You can actually relax your hands. You're not actually like during the songs, which are timed, and you can't, you can't stop that. But yeah, it's interesting, like to learn the different things through different games, through different speedrunning techniques.
Yeah, definitely. Well, we did a little bit of funny climbing with a goat earlier, and we managed to get around a particular section which, if we went through normally with the wolf, it would slow the wolf down to a really sort of crawling pace. So managing to get around that with a goat is incredibly helpful, and we're in what I'd say is the end game. We're not close to time by any means, but this is where the run from, like, sort of we've done all of our fancy tricks, and we're now just running to the end. This is a big lore point incoming. This is it's another one that we're going to skip. So.
Oh, I don't have to shield my eyes. No, just kidding.
No, you're safe. You are safe.
I'm safe.
So we activated that. We've got another cutscene to skip. We get another one as well. Maybe a third one.
Oh, I saw a person. I saw a person. No, just kidding.
No, spoil.
Spoil. No, just kidding.
So now this is our last section. Not quite our last section of the wolf, but we've got a little bit of running to do around here. Sometimes the game just baits me and I run off to the right and fall off a cliff. Don't want to do that. The eagle is not. It is there now. Good, thank you. I'm really glad that the eagle's there. It wasn't there for a second. And this is our final character, final animal. So we are now going to go through this interesting sort of terrain with the eagle. We're going to go down as quick as we can so that we know whereabouts in the stage we are.
I don't deserve this.
And yeah, off we go.
I don't deserve you.
Yeah, as you can see, quite dramatic, going down at the bottom with the subtitles. Didn't think it's giving too much away.
No, I'm okay. I'll be okay. I'm going to still play this. It's so good. This is so beautiful.
But yeah, this is where it's at its most sort of, dreamy. And yeah, I think this is more of like a reflective point in the game. Well, the last sort of sections of the game are very reflective, and you're thinking, oh, what's happened? You're thinking about what's happened, what you've done as the player, and sort of as the story has progressed, and how you grow through that. It's not one that's like, it's not one with Celeste, like where you can find yourself, but it's its own little thing that you can get lost in, which is nice.
Aww, my heart's melting.
A little vocal track as well. And this is where it's getting its prettiest. Just look at the skyline.
That is gorgeous. I don't know, what is it about the stars and the nighttime sky that just sparkles? I don't know. There's something about it.
And just a nice sort of very dark and then sort of slightly green hue. There's something neat about it.
Yeah. Because it's just, it's gorgeous. Mind you, this is my first, well, no spoilers. There's no spoilers.
Looks like a whisper stone.
We are following along with the eagle, and we are revealing our last memory. And now we run off to the right because, lo and behold, whoa! The City of Light. This is our last chapter, and I effectively just let it run out. So, guess if I've got time for an outro, now is the time. This has been Lost Ember. No major glitches, done in a somewhat fast pace, I hope. I've had fun with it. This game is definitely worth checking out. If not in a speedrun sense, then definitely in a casual sense. You've heard us gawking over it, and it's well worth your time. yeah, community's really, really nice and helpful. You can find their Discord through SRC, or if QT Rue is going to drop it in the chat, which he might, you can find them through there. And yeah, it's just really neat. There's a lot in the story that we haven't seen. And yeah, I implore you to go and check out the game yourself. We're going to certainly skip the cutscene after we've hit this trigger, because it gives it away. But yeah, I usually don't speedrun this type of game, sort of variety speedrunner, but I do like the Knuckles guy. I think he's probably in the corner of my webcam if I've done it properly. So I like doing his sorts of speedruns. And yeah, so time is coming up when we hit this barrier. So I'd say in about 3, 2, 1, bam.
Oh, nice. Nicely done.
No.
I think it
Wait.
yeah. That's awesome. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Okay, so sorry, I was just like mind blown away. So this speedrun is definitely I love the surprises. Those were definitely highlightable moments. I have plenty of good moments because of those.
Speaking of surprises, this hasn't happened before. Usually we go into a cutscene that we can skip.
Oh.
And we haven't. We are now perpetually swimming in nothing, looking at this lovely rock crop in the distance. So thank you, Lost Ember. It's thrown more surprises at me than I've seen before, so that's funny.
Well, did you want to show us the tortoise really quick?
Go on, let's do some tortoise percent.
Yeah, I want to see some tortoise percente.
So we're going to go to chapters. I don't think we've technically done the game. Actually, what does it say here? Run a competition. Okay, never mind. So we want to go back here where we had the struggle with a parrot. And we want to be a tortoise as quick as we can. I can't remember the optimal route. Yes, there is one for a meme category. Let me see. What is the quickest movement from here? I think we want to head right. So we are on the hunt for a tortoise. Here we go. There's one over here. I think what we wanted to do was transform into a fish to get to the tortoise, but here he is. Alrighty,
Oh,
everybody.
so cute.
We've got to give our energy over to this tortoise. It's gonna get there. This is as quick as it moves. That's what happens if you press space instead of jumping. It just crouches down. Bless it.
Oh my goodness.
They're doing their best. Bless them.
Oh, that's so cute. I don't know.
And then as soon as we hit the water, we start swimming.
Try and get behind that barrier.
E, and then we are atop our trusty steed. But if we go left or right, we are in perpetual spinning. So that was Lost Ember. I hope that tortoise percent was was worth a watch as well. I'm probably going to stop that before my bitrate absolutely crashes. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. Rui, thank you for having me on.
Oh yeah, no, thank you so much. I appreciate you, and I hope that one day paths will cross. Definitely want to
get you on my show.
Yeah. Yes. Oh yes.
It's gonna happen.
Yes, this will happen. But speaking of, would you like to talk about your show and say what it's all about?
Go on then. So I run Going Places, which happens every other Saturday, EU-friendly times and US-friendly time. It starts at 1 p.m. Eastern, and we describe it as a sort of speedrun travel show. So we have a look at games for handheld consoles, and we also have a look at region-exclusive games. Sometimes it's quite hard to find speedruns for those, so if you happen to have any, please do submit them to the Hotfix form. You can find that on the Hotfix website. And yeah, it's a lot of fun. I don't actually know what I've got planned next week. I probably should. But last week we had some Game Gear games, which was a lot of fun. And we had Tempo Junior, which was the sort of handheld version of the game that I ran earlier. So yeah, definitely worth checking that out when that happens. And that's fun to run. Enjoy that.
Oh, nice. And if anybody was interested in finding you, where can they locate you? I know we kind of did it in Tempo, but just kind of rehashing for anyone new coming in.
Sure. You can find me Hypnotics, same spelling as it is on the overlay, wherever it is. You can find me there on Twitter and on Twitch. I am a very sporadic streamer. So sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I do like 3 in a day. Sometimes I don't do any for a month. But it's variety. Sometimes it's... rarely it's games like this, but I do... been speedrunning a Connect game recently, which, I mean, only a select group of very strange folk do that, and I am part of that group. So Connect speedruns are exactly what you think they are. Very physically strenuous, but it's fun. I have fun, and speedrun funny games. So if that's your sort of vibe, then hit me up.
Perfect. Well, thank you again for showing this. We are going to go to a break, and we are going to have another run. It's going to be Seasons After Fall with Trojan Dude 12. And I have a little secret, everybody. I am trying to plan cute fox speed runs. Like that's going to be like just a whole show in itself. So this is kind of like the first part. And I wanted to kind of do it all together because I was like, oh, you know, we have animals and then we have a cute little tempo game, but then all of a sudden we're going to like do the foxes. So that's my evil plan coming to life now, and I just submitted on the channel. So yeah, let's go. But definitely stay tuned. We will take a break, and we will be back with some more. And thank you again, Hypnotics.
Thank you.
Why, hello everybody, welcome back. I hope we all had a very nice, good break. I did. I know I'm ready for the next show. I'm excited to show the Seasons After Fall with Trojan Dude 12. Just before we get into the run, though, just a few little reminders. I just want to remind everybody about the 2 big events coming up. I know there's a lot going on, and I think it's definitely to keep your eyes out and look out for. Summer Games Done Quick is going to be happening through June 26th to July 3rd. Just a little reminder, prize submissions are open. You could go to the website if you're interested for more info. I also want to notate Frame Fatales is going to be having their all-next all-women speedrun event in late August, and it's going to be the Flame Fatales. And if anyone's interested, which I'll just type in chat, you could do the command FF. Alrighty, so Trojan Dude, hello. How do you do? You want to say hi to everybody? And tell us a little about yourself.
Sure. First, thank you so much for having me on. My name is Trojan Dude. I have been speedrunning for several years now. And I am very excited to show this game off because this was one of the earlier games that I learned how to run. In addition to a couple other indie games that I have. This is definitely on the slower pace side than some of the other ones like Ori that I have done. But it is really just a fantastic experience of a game, and I'm glad to share this all with everyone here tonight.
Okay, perfect. Well, whenever you're ready, just let us know and we'll get going.
Okay, sounds good. All right, let's go in 5, 4, 3, 2. Whoops, my color's being weird. 3, 2, 1, go. All right, so Seasons After Fall is a indie game made by a French developer called Swing Submarine. And hold on. There we go. All right, we're good. All right, I thought I might have to restart. But anyway, we start off, you saw this forest that we were in right there. And we are this little tiny particle, and we are a seed essentially coming up from the roots right here. And we are going to be heading out into that forest. But first we got to go through this little maze area right here. And each little area has its own challenges and stuff. And one of the thing, I'm pressing A to dash right here. This is the only time we can really dash in the whole game. And I'm using the X button, which is that bark. And that is going to be a really important thing throughout this whole run. That you'll see once we get into the main part of the forest. The bark command is going to be how we're going to interact with, certain aspects. I won't spoil it too much, but also as our animal. And now we are coming into the sanctuary area of the forest, and we're going into this little cutscene right here, and we're going to gain control here. And now we are joined by one of the narrators.
If the Guardians were here, they'd give you serious reprimand.
Yeah, pretty much is going to be kind of our guide for the first half of this game. And
that's exactly what the Guardians would say.
We kind of give a little bit of a background to of this, what the narrator is talking about. So there's Guardians in this forest that control the different seasons, and we're going to go travel and visit them.
Let's see who it is.
And that fox that we saw in the little bit of that cutscene portion is going to be here and our little friend for the remainder of the game after we gain control of them.
I would have preferred a smarter and better looking animal. A wolf, maybe. Still, you know what? It doesn't matter. We'll make do with this one.
Yes, make do with this fox. Yeah, what are you trying to say? Foxes are cool. I don't know what you're trying to say. All right. Anyway, we're going to spam bark right here as we get over to the ledge. The amount of times you bark doesn't matter. But if I tap enough, the audio gets glitched out and you can't hear the narrator anymore. That's pretty cool.
Stay there, little seed.
So it's there's a few glitches in this game. That's probably one of my favorites.
I just love indie games. So I'm going to ask you this question because I love asking everyone, but I mean, I'm a little biased because I have so much insider knowledge on this one. To give context, Trojan Dude and I may have known each other in some time important of our life. I may or may not be on the camera, and I may or may not be saying hi right now. That's kind of context there. But I do want to ask, just for the audience and chat, why Seasons After Fall? And I think this was before my time. So why Seasons After Fall?
Seasons After Fall is I don't know. There's something just kind of spoke to me when I kind of saw this game on the Steam store. Again, I'm a huge fan of indie games, and I honestly feel that they provide a little bit different kind of like storytelling than like a big title. And one of the things that instantly grasped me about this game was the art style. It's kind of got a lot of pastel-y type of lines. Like it kind of reminded me a little bit of like some impressionist art that I've seen, and it just really drew me. And also, as you can hear right now, let's just enjoy this music for a tiny second because it is absolutely beautiful. And so one of the things you just saw right there with that little kind of Badoop and little particles, so that'll happen when you're in the correct season, and one of the aspects of the environment you're able to interact with. And it's really a neat function of how they implemented that into the game.
Interesting, aren't they?
And the cool thing is you can bark at any time. So right there, like I grabbed onto the ledge and was able to still bark and activate that root. Another thing that you just saw me do right there, since there's no kind of run button in this game, it's really important to... Oh, I was a little early on that one. There we go. But you are able to interact with these jellyfish right here as well. That's kind of how we're able to get around, at least temporarily, because we don't really have any of the other seasons yet. And we're heading into the area with the Bear Guardian, which controls the winter. And you'll see the big bear here very, very shortly. And we don't really kind of know yet what's going on in the forest. We're here. We came out in this little seed. We took over this fox, but there's not too much context right now that the Guardian is providing us, other than we need to perform the ritual of the seasons. And it's starting off telling us to go this area to meet the bear. For what reason, we don't particularly know, other than we're trying to gain all the powers of the season. And yes, that is a string quartet soundtrack. That is correct. And that's why I wanted you to listen to it. And the cool thing that they did is after they released the game, they actually released videos of the string quartet doing a bunch of the different, like in the studio, doing a bunch of the different pieces in the game, which was really neat to see how you can hear them doing it like kind of live in the studio. And I believe all the people in the string quartet are, they were Dutch, I believe, or at least the conductor's Dutch, if I remember correctly. So we're going to gain a little bit. So what you saw right there is a fragment, and that is the winter fragment. That's going to follow us right now. We don't really have control of it quite yet, but we did do a little bit of off-screen movement. And when you bark twice, you are able to actually change into that fragment's season, which is winter. And this is another little kind of snow shooter type of thing that you'll see throughout the game with these puzzles. And we can kind of just change at will as we go through this. That's one instance where we kind of like step on that little, it's kind of like a launch pad type of thing that activates it, and it's got a little bit of a lag time to it, but it allows you to do movement while you're doing it, which is while it's like charging up.
Quicker than I thought. Just goes to show, you can't judge a book by its cover. The fragment's heading towards the sanctuary. Don't let it out of your sight.
I'll let everybody know. Saying bark more.
Oh.
I'll let you know.
I can do that here very shortly after I do this puzzle. I can bark to my heart's content in the next screen transition. Oh, that's another thing too that I forgot to mention. So there's no map in this game, but there are like sections in each area. So we're in the ancestors section. Because the bear is one of the oldest ones. And then now we're in the creek section. It's kind of all based on the styling of the area around and whatnot. And now I can bark to Heart's Content and change seasons over and over and over and over and over and over and over.
Please bark away. Thank you.
You're welcome.
May I have a bark coming from the runner? Potentially? Question marks?
Winter told you anything. It's always very tired. And between you and me, a tad grouchy.
I give that an A+, maybe an S.
Oh, wow. Even S. Wow. Cool. I'll take that. But yeah, so that's kind of the cool thing. So this one's a little bit more straightforward because we only have the one season to change into right now. So this section is pretty straightforward, but it's kind of a tutorial thing of telling you how you can swap between. So we have another snow shooter coming over here right here. And as you can see, it's the kind of the shooter portion of it that actually needs to activate in order to do that. You can be near the kind of launch pad area, and that's not going to do any good. And then this flower pad gets us over in the summer season. So in this first, so this game is kind of broken up into 3 parts. We're in the first part of the game. We're going to go to each section, and once we're done with that section, these roots are going to come out of the ground and kind of block us off from the remainder of this first portion of the game.
Look, little seed, the fragment's already
And
it's waiting for you.
like the narrator is telling us to go back into the center of the sanctuary, and we're going to meld with that season, and then we're going to be able to invoke it. And again, some of the music in these portions is just absolutely fantastic, and how they kind of
Okay. I'm going to
get the feel of each season. So I want you to kind of listen in for that when you get to like the end of this cutscene.
I think it would be best for the fox to get out of the way.
Also, I haven't thought of that song in a really long time, and I don't know how I feel about you bringing that song up.
I feel very good about this. It's been a long time, but it's always nice to have a refresher on this. I also like the so when it comes to Seasons After Fall, there's a funny story behind this. I need to play this game casually still. I tried playing it casually, but I got pretty frustrated really quickly. Because of the puzzle solving, I just couldn't do it. And it's funny too, because I am going to eventually come back to this, because I did start and then I had to stop because I was like, oh, I need to figure this out. But lately the only game I've been able to play is Pokemon Unite to give contents, and you could like play 10 minutes of that at a time.
Listen, little
so I just had to randomly bark. But anywho, I know this is Trojan's favorite game. I know that Trojan had the world record for a while. How many years was it?
I had it on and off for about 2 years. Funny, because there's only French and US runners. There's only a few, there's 5 of us, I think, total. So not a huge community by any means, but the people who were going for it were definitely dedicated to it.
This may surprise you, little seed, but I envy you.
Yeah, because so what was it that you were thinking? No, I know you were explaining things to me. But I wanted to bring up the point of like you were thinking about the dialogue change. Maybe is there would the dialogue change make it faster or anything like that? What was the new tech that was discovered? Those are the kind of things I was wondering about.
Yeah, as far as tech, there's not a lot of it other than maybe some. It's a lot of puzzle optimization. So that's kind of where a lot of that comes from. But one thing I have not actually noticed or tested out is if changing to a different language helps, because there are a few spots like this cutscene right here where until the narrator is done talking, you can't transition into the next screen. So there is a possibility that maybe that could save probably about 20 to 30 seconds over the course of the run. Because there's about like 3 or 4 spots where that's the case. So now we're traveling along in winter right now. We were in Puddle, which is a pretty straightforward area. Not really much to that. And we are now heading over towards the Autumn Guardian. And one of the other things too that I wanted to mention is there's actually a turning around animation for the whoops, I didn't jump all the way up there. For the fox itself, and since it was dashing, you definitely lose some very noticeable amount of time. So whenever I'm either going to try and turn around in the air to go that direction I want to, or do like a turnaround jump, or use time when I'm waiting for something else to actually progress forward in like a little mini cutscene or something to turn around that way. So it's those little tiny optimizations that really save you a lot of time over the course of a whole run. So it is very unique in that sense. And so we're coming up onto the Autumn Guardian right here, and
Guardian can't be far away.
I think this is probably my favorite Guardian, because I didn't know how they were going to really kind of go about this on the Autumn one, but I thought their choice was really cool. And for any those can notice, it's little Ingrid. And one of the more interesting song choices as well during this cutscene, it's very dissonant. One of the few points where they did that.
Please do not mind me in the background. I'm just talking to our girl right now through hand language. If you see any of that. Okay, so secret. I am in the background. I'm like the person right here with the hat. That's me. Yeah. No, our little girl is, she wants our attention. I have a Maine Coon, and she's orange, kind of like the fox.
Correct.
Actually, she does kind of look like the fox in a weird way. Just realized. Like the white, where the white is, like everywhere, that's actually like the coloring of our girl.
Yeah, relatively speaking, yeah. So with a lot of these sections tend to be a little bit...
The Guardian of the Fall has finally gone back to sleep. You're safe now.
See if I can get some...
Follow the fragment it gave you.
Found... Yeah, there we go. Okay, I just actually found that in practice yesterday. But I did the exact same thing I did in practice yesterday where I messed up. Go.
So, from my understanding, when you bark, that's when you're changing the seasons, correct? Because you're communicating to the elemental.
With a double bark, yes, that's correct.
With a double bark, okay.
Correct. And so there's actually there's a really long way of doing this puzzle, but you actually don't need to do this like long tree section or anything like that, because there's a leaf right at the end right here that you can just take up. You can skip over that whole like kind of weird tree section. So it saves probably about a good like 10 seconds or so. Oh, the button didn't want to go off right there. Okay, cool. And now we are heading back out towards the sanctuary again.
Now, so the puzzle platforming is like the main component to the speedrun, right?
Yes.
So for the puzzle platforming, what was so basically is it that we're like changing the seasons, and then the seasons will help solve the puzzles?
Yep, that's correct.
You're pretty brave
And
for such a
for
little
now,
thing.
it'll just be platforming puzzles, but there will be some times where there's some other styles of puzzles that you're going to be needing to do. We'll actually see it a little bit in the upcoming area. After we meld with the autumn season. Again, like I mentioned, you're just kind of running, jumping. There's no dashing or anything like that. So it's really on you to understand what to do next and how you can preemptively change seasons to either activate something that's coming up or make sure something that was already activated doesn't deactivate, which if you noticed, I did that a couple times earlier when I was in Creek. Because I'd already started in summer, so yeah. So we're getting another blocking off cutscene right there. And we're gonna head over towards the center of the sanctuary again. And then after we obtain this, we're gonna be able to invoke the seasons at will, essentially, between those two that we've already obtained. And the cool thing about doing this on controller is you can do it with the right button, but you can actually do it like on the... I use an Xbox 360 controller. You can actually hot swap with your right joystick, which is really, really useful.
Fall, the colors, the smells. It is truly my favorite season. We could enjoy this moment if only your fox would keep
I was
still.
wondering, Trojan, what kind of season is your favorite in the game?
But he's the only animal we
In the
have available.
game,
We're only halfway there, so he'll have to put up with us for a while longer. Maybe you should try to reassure him.
I think from an aesthetic standpoint, let's see, I really like, from an actual like environment interaction like standpoint, I'm a huge fan. I'm probably equally a fan of...
He likes you. That's something. I promised you.
I would say...
Now you have absorbed 2 seasons.
I'd say summer and fall is pretty equal in that regard, but I think aesthetically...
Don't hesitate to use the power of the season.
That's a tougher one. I think I probably like the feel of...
Which region would you like to explore now?
Probably the feel of the winter season, honestly.
But may I make a suggestion?
I like a lot of the particle choices they made for the winter season.
But just a suggestion. You can go anywhere you want.
Yeah, thanks, narrator. Definitely, you can go wherever you want, but definitely suggest you to go this direction. Not secretive at all about that. And so in autumn, we are able to activate these little mushrooms that you'll see right there. That's going to be a very common theme in this upcoming area. And how we're going to utilize those mushrooms is it's pretty unique actually, where they took one kind of environmental characteristic and they made it work in multiple different ways, which I thought was one of the things I really love about this game design.
What a stroke of luck. The third guardian is just beyond this cave. So, little seed, off you go. No time to waste.
So, the music of this game, it's so good.
The music is fantastic.
So good. Yeah. I can't get over it. And this is like something so it's kind of like unpacking. I can listen to unpacking like over and over again. It's just so good. I mean, it's not a string. It's not the same thing, but it's just to be able to just like listen to it anytime, anywhere. It's so good. I feel kind of interested because watching the speedrun, and I know how do I put it? Playing the game casually and watching the speedrun is just so different. I know when I was playing it casually, the part that I had a hard time with was trying to figure out where to go. But, I have to finish this game. I'm actually interested in just playing it casually and see where it's all about and how it works. Because I know, Joe Trojan loves this game. It's near and dear. So definitely, I have to say that I should finish this game casually.
I agree with that sentiment.
The gap down below is much wider than it looks. I'm not sure if your fox can jump far enough to get across.
Because I don't know. I would like to finish. I have a checklist. I have a huge checklist. I think a lot. I think at some point the checklist just grows and grows and grows.
Sure does. So what you just saw right there. So I haven't really explained it, but there's these mushroom crabs, which are the most adorable things in this whole game. And they kind of skitter along, and they will actually drown in that water. So the whole key to that is to change into winter before you go across with it. And then
That means you're close to the exit.
so one of the other things that you will see is with these fireflies right here that you'll see in a little while. And you interact with these little rock crevices right here, like that have like little gaps in them. And that's how we're going to do some of the other puzzles that don't involve, well, they kind of do involve seasons, but kind of like hand in hand with those. Which is, again, another really interesting way how they implemented, different types of animals. And so another thing that you'll maybe notice me doing at certain times is shifting while I'm in the air. The reason for that is because normally when you invoke a different season, you actually get pulled into the air. So it kind of like lifts you off the ground. So if you're already off the ground, then you don't have to worry about getting lifted off. So it saves a tiny bit of time each time you optimize with that. And so now we are in the spring section for the Spring Guardian section, I should say.
But they're extremely rare today, and I think I know who's
And
responsible.
this is probably one of the more interesting kind of seasons because it actually, as you'll see in a little bit, it kind of goes hand in hand with winter season in some respects on what you can interact with. And that's very, very interesting, and kind of the same way with like how summer works as well. So one of the things that we're going to be able to do right away is get onto these little kind of flower pads. And because it's raining, they let go of water. And that is something you will see the antithesis of that in the summertime. But that is a unique thing that we'll be using quite often, and as opposed to the autumn setup, which brings those geysers like down to a normal kind of size. The spring makes them go really, really high in the air, and we're going to be taking advantage of that a lot just in this section. And that was one of the nice things I liked when I was playing it casually, is right away they give you a use for it. Now we're gonna do, it's kind of like a half of an arrow in the opposite direction, and we're gonna bring this mushroom crab all the way back over that lake that we went across earlier, to get essentially give us a mushroom to be able to jump back across easily. That really quickly. There are some alternative ways you can do these puzzles. And if you notice too, I'm changing into autumn whenever I can when a mushroom is getting created, just to save that time. But there are alternative ways to solve different types of puzzles at certain points, and kind of that one in the autumn area that I talked about earlier.
The third fragment. It was almost too easy.
Yeah,
Guardians
definitely
know how to put
too easy.
up
Not with a
resistance.
bunch of difficult like season
You should
puzzles
have
or
seen it
anything.
before.
Thanks,
Always ready
narrator.
to play and frolic among the waterfalls. We used to get along really well.
So this is the first time where we're actually going to be seeing
Like the
these
other
very
Guardians.
directly with
Very sad.
various
But
seasons.
that's how it is. As powerful as they are, the Guardians have their weaknesses too.
And while these geysers are coming up, I can switch into winter. That's the nice thing about these guys is you can like very actively like change between seasons. Like once they're activated, they're activated. You don't have to kind of like wait or anything like that. So that's another like small thing that the developers did a really great job at.
Oh, how did you find this game? I am curious about that. I don't even think I know that.
I'm trying to even think how I even originally like found it. I feel like I was just perusing like the Steam store and like just for indie games, and I think I was looking for like puzzle platformers and such, and this was one of the ones that came up. It had like just come out, and yeah, I just tried it and I instantly fell in love with the game. It was kind of like a by chance type of find, honestly. And I'm really glad that I did.
Yeah, I don't know why. I like finding hidden gems. It's kind of fun to find like those games that, you know, you're just like, oh, hey, I'm interested in playing this, and this is what I'm vibing. So like, I want to play RPGs or I want to play puzzle games. So yeah, I honestly like doing that too. I didn't even realize I didn't know that though, because I know you love boxes, but I didn't realize like, you know, I didn't even know that until now.
It was definitely not an intentional find, but sometimes those are the best finds.
I was gonna say something cheesy there. I was gonna be like, just like I.
Aww.
Aww. I had to do that. I couldn't help myself. Just to give context, Trojan dude here is my husband in real life. So we kind of know each other a little bit.
Yeah, just slightly.
But I wanted to really showcase Seasons After Fall. I have been planning this since forever now, but I wanted to make sure it was at the right time because I really do like. I don't know. Watching Trojan play is always a treat for me.
No bias.
Well, no, even like when you're speedrunning, honestly, you're really, really great at speedrunning. So it's actually really, really fun to watch you. And so like even Ori in the Blind Forest DE, like it's amazing to watch you because you're Perseverance, thank you. Really shines, and I don't know. There's something that's so beautiful about that.
Ori and the Blind Forest DE. DE sounds for definitively electric. So now we are going to meld with the spring season, and just like that, after we get this, we only need one more season, the summer fragment, already. Can you believe it? I kind of say it like that because the narrator is going to get very excited about that very shortly. I'd like the comment about we're already in a room. Thank you for that. That's
Chad is saying that we should get a room, and we're already in a room. So,
And why do we
hate-
get another room.
when do we tell them?
We only have to find one more fragment.
That we have another room.
A few drops of
What do
rain.
you
No,
mean?
I meant that we're
No,
already in a
no,
room.
no.
First. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that we're in the room. Surprise!
I was gonna say that because that person's like name that made the joke originally. I was gonna say, do you want to provide a portal?
Oh, I got the
For the
if you want to
room.
say the person's,
You
yeah,
think I'm
you
frightened?
might want to say the person's name.
Well,
Don't worry,
it's
my
Hoopa.
noisy little
So
fox.
yeah,
Yeah,
if you know the
Hoopa. Okay, so
Pokemon,
Hoopa-
it provides portals in Pokemon Unite. So
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, not just Pokemon Unite, but yes, exactly.
no, Pokemon Unite and only Pokemon Unite. That's it.
Oh, okay. Only Pokemon Unite.
I was saying, the Guardian of Summer is hiding at the top of the mountain. Take the path up through the pines and try not to break a leg. I mean, paw. Be brave, little seed.
Oh,
You're
that
nearly
wasn't the
there.
right jump. And so we talked about earlier with
I may
those
know
shooters that we use
but
for
as you
snow,
can see, it's
in the
really handy
spring,
when you want to grow a tree.
we get to be environmentally friendly and grow a tree. Because that's what you do in a forest, right? You grow trees. And so we come up here. And we are up the tree. And we are going to head over to ranges. And, whoops, I need to do that. And we just break that really quickly right there. And we've got a new friend that's going to be upcoming here. Say hello to the little sapling. And those saplings go into those places in the round that lets you grow trees.
Oh, those saplings are adorbs. Have I seen these before?
Nope.
They are super adorbs.
Yes, got a swag jump. Okay, I was trying to go for the swag jump. So there are certain trees that you can actually get enough height with like a turnaround jump right there. So I failed it the first time, but I got it the second time, and that's all that matters. Oh.
I did have a question from chat.
Yes.
Do you happen to know who the voice
I
actor?
do not actually know. I don't know who the woman is. I remember looking up who the guy was. Well, you haven't seen them yet, but it's like I have to look again. Oh, by the way, the sapling flies, and there's air vents that happen in the autumn, so that's cool. And so that's how we need to like lure it out of there.
Where have I during this part? Where was I during this part? This is super cute. Sorry, I like those little
Yeah,
saplings.
the saplings are awesome.
Just as much as the fox.
And we're gonna come over to this log, and we're gonna come back to grow the sapling a little bit later on in the run. But we appreciate the sapling's use of Kirby ground pounding that log. And so that is ranges, and we are heading over to foliage. And as you would guess from what foliage is, we are going to be in a big freaking tree with lots of levels.
But in the end, it was
And,
too easy. I always knew where to find
you know, so fireflies, we're going to be, the last guardian is a cicada. And so we're going to find the cicada's little offspring to help reveal the cicada. And we're going to be using autumn for this portion quite often. Because there's a lot of like mushrooms in this area. And we're going to be growing some mushrooms with these mushroom crabs again. And then later on when we come back to this, we'll use a lot more of the seasons. But for now, this is where the majority of them are going to be. And I always found this really interesting. This is like the smallest like grow mushroom right there. Is like just the tiniest amount to be able to have the hops to get to that firefly. So we are going to head back up now from the bottom of the tree. And actually, one of the things I kind of want to mention, so I use notes for this run, especially for the mid game portions, and I actually named so where I came in on foliage is 1F, and then below is B1, and then right now we're in 2F. So I kind of took like, I don't know, any sort of like tower related thing, like a lot of Pokemon games and stuff. I don't know. I just felt like making the notes, it made it easier for me to follow. And so once we got that firefly, we activated these platforms, and we're going to head over to the right to get the 5th firefly, and then we're going to head back over to the left to get the last firefly. That would be, yes, 17 years would be a very long time to wait for. I mean, we'd all be aging equally here on this channel. Gotta wait for these cycles right here. This is like one of the longest like cycle portions of the whole run, actually, which is kind of funny. Actually, most of the longest cycle portions are just in this quadrant of the map. And there we go. We found all 6 of them, and there we go. The cicada, the summer guardian. So now we're gonna run back down and get the last fragment. Oh, cool. So it was one of the voice actresses from Final Fantasy 14. Very nice.
Yeah, we're Pat is helping us with the voice actress, because I didn't even realize either. That's actually super cool. I know those moments where you're, and it's not just like it's those moments in life where you're like, I know that voice, you know, and you're just like, oh, I have to know. And yeah, like I don't know. There's been so many times in my life where like I'll see a face in a movie and I'm like, okay, that's so and so, and you know, like especially music or like voice actors or actresses, and I love those moments where you're just kind of like able to realize, you know, oh, hey, that's right. It's especially it happens in music.
Oh yeah, those points of epiphany are fantastic.
Yeah.
Like I was just listening to a new song earlier today, and I heard like a male voice that I recognized from like a rock band. I'm like, what male voice is that? I looked it up, and it's like the lead singer for The Cure. I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool. Just randomly throw in that lead singer in there.
Yeah, it's always cool to see what kind of work that everybody does, and to realize those epiphany moments. You're just kind of just like, you didn't know they were part of that project. That's really cool. I don't know. Behind the scenes stuff is like my favorite kind of thing.
Oh. So we just had to turn back into summer right there. And as I mentioned earlier, that allows us to absorb water into those flower pads. And that's going to be a really, really important point of some of the puzzles that are going to be coming up here in the second portion of the game.
I can't wait any longer. Hurry back.
So, the reason I just fell off that cliff right there is you can actually jump far enough to fall into that hole and like not have like time to like recover, and that is a very, very bad time loss to fall into that specific hole. Because then you have to go loop all the way back around. And yes, I have done that before.
Do you happen to know the time loss for that, or a rough estimate?
You lose probably 45 seconds.
All we need now is you, little seed.
It's a very large time loss. Because again, there is no dashing in this game. So any vertical falls are a really big pain. All right, so now that we found the last summer fragment, we are going to try fully invoking the seasons and causing the ritual of the seasons, like the narrator told us earlier.
What's going on? I can't separate you.
Uh-oh. Well, this is awkward.
This fox has spent far too much time with you.
Any time now. Anytime?
Well, that's too bad.
Well,
If he doesn't want to go,
Well, this is going to be a
we
bit of an
have no
issue.
time
Well,
to waste.
I guess the narrator is a little impatient, so we're just going to do the ritual of the seasons with us still possessing the fox. Because that couldn't possibly go wrong, right? So there's, again, this is like one of my favorite songs in the whole game right now, is this Ritual of the Season song. And I just love like all the particle effects and like what the developers did with that. It's really, really cool. And so we're just about to finish up the Ritual of the Seasons, all that beautiful movement with all the fragments. And did anything happen? There we are again.
So, do you feel different? Has anything changed? I don't understand. Why am I still stuck in here? Maybe I made a
Doesn't seem like
mistake somewhere.
anything's different.
It's because of the fox, I'm sure. Or maybe it's you. Yeah.
I'm in
I should have
suspense here.
guessed.
What's
You're in cahoots
happening?
with the Guardians, aren't
Oh,
you?
okay.
course.
Now the narrator's playing a blame
When they
game.
want to abandon
So
me,
that's
when
cool.
I decide to leave, they don't like it.
Thanks, narrator.
Never mind. I'll try to perform another
And-
ritual soon. And this time, I'll make sure I'm in better company.
Yeah, not very happy right
Little
now.
seed, or whoever you are.
And
You were
banishes
getting nothing
us.
except wasting my
Apparently
time.
doesn't want to have anything to do with this, but well, we're barking. Well, and it's looking like the fox is dead. And now we have to take over a spirit form of the fox.
What the?
Yeah, the narrator just forced the Ritual of Seasons, which didn't actually occur properly, and killed the fox.
What the? What? Okay, hello? What? Okay. I must rewatch the full speed run because apparently this is a spoiler for me. I thought I saw it. How did I not know this? Oh, actually, I probably saw this, but I didn't realize. I didn't see that. Well, that's a spoiler.
Well,
That's so sad.
spoiler alert.
What? Oh, my heart's sinking. Why? No, we can't sink.
So now we're going back to the bear. And the bear is, now that the narrator has unsuccessfully done that, kind of loosened, we'll just say loosened her grasp over the forest in a sense, and I'll kind of leave it at that for now. But now the bear is woken up, and best subtitles in the game, long yawn.
I feel like I've been asleep forever.
Long
What's
yawn.
that smell?
I can't even do a yawn right now, otherwise I would do it.
Who let an animal into our forest?
Yeah, and so of course they're a guardian of the forest. They know when something's off, and
I remember a fox.
kind of remembers a fox in the haze of giving us the fragment and stuff, but they were kind of like
Dangerous for a
kind of
creature
like
that to enter the
sleepwalking in a sense.
forest, and he
They weren't
struggled
fully
to find
awake.
Something to eat.
And so now we're gonna head back over to where the bear is. And we're gonna have once we get a little bit closer, kind of senses us a little bit stronger, and we're gonna have a nice little chat with big old bear over here
Hey, you.
about the whole situation.
Jumping around the place. Yes, you. Who are you? A seed? You?
What the?
Don't make me laugh.
Okay, where was I during these parts? Because I thought
Look like one.
all right, well, this is like all like, what? Okay, this is spoilers for me, which is totally fine. I'm still gonna play it, but what is happening? I'm sad.
So it turns out
Strange happening
we're
to
not
this forest.
technically the seed, even though the narrator was trying to make us think that.
You seem to know more.
Was kind of manipulating us.
If you're as cunning
But the
as you
narrator is actually the seed, and that's what the bear is explaining to us right now. So
Maybe you've
you saw these earlier. There are these pillars that we saw in each area. We passed by all 4 of them,
If you want to help,
and that's what we're going to be targeting. That's what we're going to be targeting now.
I'll then explain how you can make yourself useful.
And this is how we're going to help the Guardians regain some of their power and a little bit of normalcy in the forest. So how we're going to do this, I want to explain this next section a little bit early because I will have to focus for certain parts of it to kind of, run around it properly. But essentially, there's these 3 jellyfish that are going to be in these portal-looking contraptions, and we're going to attach them and feed them to some flowers, and we're going to activate those vines that are wrapped around all those different areas. Don't need that root anymore. Attach that. We're gonna bring this crab over, and we're gonna feed it to the flower over here. Oh, whoops. We're going to go into summer to activate the flower.
Well, why are you focusing? I'll just say a couple little things while you're doing this, okay? So just a few reminders, everybody. Summer Games Done Quick is coming up. It's going to happen during 26th to July 3rd. Right now, the prize submissions are open. Anybody interested, go check out gamesdonequick.com for more info.
Stones of the wind.
And another event that's going to be coming up is the Frame Fatales,
We have to break the
Lane
spells
Patels,
that holding the wind.
all women speedrunning event. It's going to be happening in late August. If anyone interested,
But I'm
type
still too weak.
Command FF. Actually, I'm just going to type it. I like typing it. It's so much fun to type. But so there's all the info regarding Flame Fatales.
Blizzard.
And just a last thing, your subs, gift subs, Prime Gaming subs, and bits help support weekly hotfix content. Please consider supporting our daily content starting weekdays at 7 p.m. Eastern and weekdays at 1 p.m. Eastern if you enjoy these hotfix shows. So definitely, I'm still kind of like mind blown right now. I don't know why I didn't know this, but basically, this is just all new to me. So we're basically trying to restore the forest, correct?
Pretty much, yeah.
I have a feeling that like forest is kind of our thing. I like forests.
Yeah, forests are great.
Yeah.
Big forest fan. Lots of cute critters in the forest.
Well, I do want a zoo, so I know you keep telling me it's too expensive. Well, actually, I have a test for you. Maybe this is okay. I'm gonna test the runner. This is gonna be abnormal, but I'm gonna test the runner. What kind of animals do I want in this zoo?
Well, if there's not a red panda, then what are we doing here?
Okay, valid. What others?
Oh. Hold on. Have to. I think there was there a duck in there somewhere?
Why would I want a dog? I like dogs, but okay. What's the other ones?
I feel like I'm failing this quiz.
Yeah, you are. I know I'm asking too. Well, you need to focus a lot, I think, too.
That's probably
here.
not helping. But.
Yeah. How about this? We'll revisit this quiz.
Yeah, let's
just focusing
like
so much.
revisit it like very, very shortly right now.
Yeah, no worries. That sounds good. We'll put it on a cliffhanger. Okay, so I'm trying to understand. Let me see while you're focusing, I'm theorizing what you're doing. So there's a puff shroom following you, and this puff shroom just got eaten by a flower. All right.
You mean a jellyfish? It's a jellyfish.
Yeah, the jelly puff. Yeah, whoopsie, jellyfish.
The wind may start blowing again.
I don't know. Okay, it's a jellyfish. You're right. So the jellyfish is helping you solve the puzzle and bring life into the forest because I see like the glowing things on the tree barks and.
Yep, pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, why is it a jellyfish?
Because they can kind of like float. You know, like when you see jellyfish like underwater, they kind of like float and they kind of like do their whole flapping thing. You know what I mean? That's why it looks cool in the air. I know there's not jellyfishes in forests usually, but let your mind be slightly imaginative.
How did you get in here? My treasure! Look what you've done! You've broken one of my treasures!
Okay.
You can't come in here! Get out!
I also got distracted by a chat saying that there was a certain look on your face when I asked you earlier about my zoo and the animals I want.
I can't find
so yeah.
But
I just wanted to take a note that you have a note on you have a face, like, apparently. I think I know what the face is. I can't see you, so it's kind of awkward. Like I see but I'm looking at the game more so than you. So yeah, it's just yeah.
Need your help, Fox.
I think I know what the look is, though.
Free. I'll concentrate and try to locate the sea.
Okay, I watched that part. I saw that part.
Yeah. I had to do it. It just felt right.
Totally valid.
So now we saved that one pillar. Now we are going back into the spring section. And we are going to be heading back down. Kind of in a similar way that we did, but we're going to use a little bit of these fast travel portals that are going to be very, very useful. So we can skip over some of the puzzles that we did on the first time through. We do have to watch these cutscenes though, unfortunately. They're a bit, some of them are a bit slow.
Has there been, okay, so in terms of like the tech and discovery for this speedrun, how much has been discovered? If that made any sense. Like, is there possibility to find a way to avoid these cutscenes or?
Not yet, no.
Okay.
Because there's no like skip cutscene, and then the checkpoint actually happens after the cutscene is done. So you can like exit and re-enter, but doesn't really do anything for you, unfortunately.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay.
So now we're going back to where the Firefly puzzle was, and I got to kind of, I don't know why they put it so it's kind of like a leap of faith right there. I don't know why they decided to put that specifically there, but it adds a little bit of challenge. So the one difference about this setup now is that there is nothing stopping me from jumping over this rock. That does save a little bit of time on the second time through. So as soon as the rock gets low enough, I can just hop on over it. Just as so. And,
Okay.
Yeah.
I have to say the puzzles are really good. I just didn't understand that when I was playing it. I think I just was like, I don't know.
You know that you're telling on yourself, right? I haven't said anything.
Yeah, no, I've been telling myself this whole entire season's after fall.
Okay, I just want to make sure you understood that.
Yeah, that's why I think it's funny because I'm tattling on myself. It's just funny too because it's like, to give some context, this is, okay, so Trojan had the world record. He loves this game so much, and I gave the game like one shot, and then I didn't go back to it, so I feel guilty, and I want to play it because it is a beautiful game, and I actually, everything about it, I love it. But for some reason, like, I stopped, and now I'm like, why did I stop?
The cool thing is that even though it looks like that's a waterfall, it's actually frozen. So you don't technically need to change to spring for that, which is really interesting because, as you'll see very quickly here on this pillar puzzle, all the other ones are not actually shooting water yet. So I don't know why those two in particular already had water frozen.
There must be
It's a small little thing that I kind of always wondered when I was like running why they decided to. And so for this section, we're going to do a little bit of summer absorption. And we're going to do this on 2 of the flower pads. And the reason for that is we are in need of getting to a fast travel portal that is underneath all of that water. And so again, like you see, this is where they start with that, and I don't know why that's the case, but you can actually see the little bit of the thing like before it actually dropped down there. So we're going to change back to winter. We're going to activate this. And now we're going to pretty much we're going to go back over to get to that fast travel point. And we're going to do the complete opposite. Now we're going to go into spring and release the water in all 3 of the flower pads so that the water is high enough to properly show the reflection of the pillar. And it will therefore show the pillar. And that's what I loved about, I think these pillar puzzles in particular, is that they were very, very, each of them was very unique in how they played out.
Okay, so can I ask the zoo thing now?
Sure.
Okay. What animals do I want in my zoo that I'll never have?
Well, you already prefaced with something you're not going to have, apparently, so you're destroying your own dreams over there, but
It's too expensive.
that's very true.
I remember the seed the last time I saw her. I remember.
I think koalas were in that,
Overshadowed by fear.
I believe.
Correct.
Be very careful.
Kangaroos.
Correct.
You.
Llamas?
It was you who destroyed one of my treasures. I saw you.
You know, I never thought about it, but now I want them in the zoo. So, kind of correct?
3 others. Don't you dare go near them. That's a funny way of
I think it's even doubly correct because I just gave you a new idea for your zoo.
Explored the outside world. It's
Oh,
thanks to me.
kudo points. Okay, I'll give you 2 kudo points.
2 points on the invisible scoreboard.
Correct.
Cool. It's like an episode of Whose Line Is It Anyway, where all the shows are made up and the points don't matter.
I don't know how or why you assume this, guys.
Correct.
But it's pathetic.
I like how she just comes in, just adds the correct at very specific portions. It really adds some flavor to the discussion that I wasn't expecting. Correct.
You better leave
That was a go.
to regain my powers.
Thank you.
You saw what
Correct.
I did to the forest. So what do you think I could do to you?
Also, if you're wondering, these little seed mazes, this one was a lot longer, and it's just a lot of rambling by the narrator. Just telling us hey, you shouldn't be doing this. Why are you doing this? Blah 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 blah. And it's like, dude, we're trying to save everything, man. What are you trying to stop us for? I don't appreciate that.
Don't touch that. It's mine.
Okay, so what else in my zoo?
Seed.
I'm still
Is it
waiting.
really you I can hear? Why are you hiding?
Bears?
You traitor.
What
Why did you awaken the guardian
Brown
without my
bears.
permission?
what kind of bears?
Brown bears? Polar bears?
Okay.
Listen to you anymore. Just go back and
Yes.
snore in your cave.
2 points.
Just leave me alone.
What's the
Really quickly,
She doesn't
one of the
sound
things
like
that you're gonna see right here
This is strange.
is we're going to be showing the areas that we already been to where we saved the pillars, and now new things are going to open up, and they're going to get us access to the sacred altars, which is, so now we kind of de-weakened the force, but it's still not strong enough to do an actual ritual of the season. So now by going back to and activating these altars, we actually give each guardian their full power. And so we'll come back to that after we trigger all of the pillars and save the seed essentially. Okay, so back to the zoo.
I don't know how you did it, Fox. but you've managed to reveal the entrance to our sacred altars. The guardians of the seasons draw their power from these altars. The appearance of the altars can mean one thing only. The sanctuary is preparing a new ritual.
I think there was a fox in there as well.
How? A
Right?
ritual of the seasons while I
Okay,
slumber?
and yes, and how many and what kind?
That's impossible.
2 and
I think I'm beginning to understand.
I'm assuming this is like Noah's Ark, and we're just gonna have 2 of everything. So,
Now, you've seen what happened to our forest. We desperately need your help.
and is it a flat fox?
So I have a thing for white. I have a thing for Arctic.
Arctic foxes. I see.
You get -1.
Correct. So now we're heading back over into the autumn area right now. And I'd say the autumn area is the most like intensive puzzle out of the 4 pillars. And you'll see why once we get all the way over there. Kind of give some background on it. So if you remember those jellyfishes that we had in the summer, or sorry, in the winter area with the bear, those will be making a return, but in a very different fashion. And this is again what I keep mentioning about how they took one aspect of design and they implemented it in wholly unique ways. I'm not missing that jump. That is a decent time loss. And essentially, instead of like, how do I explain it? Instead of attaching to the jellyfish, we're going to be having the jellyfish kind of work for us, and you'll kind of see what I mean here very, very shortly.
Contains the noisiest and most violent of the 4 winds.
And the cool thing was they use, and smart thing is they use the same kind of portal,
The rest
like
buried under
stone fragment type of thing for all of these different things. So it's easier to kind of establish creatively throughout the whole game. So we're gonna come up to a portal here very shortly, and now, well, where's the jellyfish going off to? Well, the jellyfish is turning these puddles into portals to go underground. So now we're gonna lure these crabs inside. And we're gonna get on those little bark things that you saw earlier. And we're gonna open them.
In the meantime, is there a good point to take a break?
Actually, maybe right now is a good time.
Perfect.
Yeah, let's pause right now.
Okay. We will be put on a pause. We do need to take a 5-minute stretch break. Just kind of get yourself out there. Stretch. I'm already stretching in the chair if you see me. Yeah. Let's just all take a 5-minute and we'll be back very shortly with some more Seasons After Fall with Trojan Dude. Hello, everybody. This is Cutie Roo. I am bringing you some more Legally Cute, and we are having such a blast and a nice, cozy, chill vibe time with Season After Fall with Trojan Dew 12. We just took a little bit of a break, but, I'm just going to do a quick little reminder on a few things really, really quick. I just want to kind of make sure that if everyone is watching on YouTube, you could always check out the live stream at twitch.tv at Games Done Quick. If you're interested in looking at our live content, they start weeknights at 7 p.m. Eastern and weekends at 1 p.m. Eastern. And definitely remember to stay tuned. Tomorrow we have another GDQ hotfix, and it's going to start at 1 p.m. Eastern for a Tony Hawk's Pro Skater Marathon. Look forward to that. That's actually really cool. And I love the songs from the tracks. Like, those are just really it's amazing. So Trojan Dude, how are you feeling? Loving it Seasons After Fall?
Well, in honor of the Tony Hawk's Pro Skater Showcase tomorrow, I feel like I can do a bunch of kick flips.
And okay.
It's a good thing. Yes, I feel great. Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Yep. That's a thing. Well, whenever you're ready, take it away.
Okay. Sounds good. All right. Let's start back up in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. All right. So left. There you go. So this little crab here, we're going to have to make it go through. Oh. That's...
Well, is the crab not going the right direction? Because it looks like it needs to be...
Yeah. Oh, stop.
Oh.
I forgot to change to autumn. And so it wasn't absorbing the water. I was like, why is it not absorbing the water? That's kind of the big problem. So we're going to lure it back over here. We're going to break another wall. So we're going to break these walls because what you'll see here as I go farther to the right is there's the air vents that are going to eventually push through like the stone, essentially.
Are things happening right now?
Getting lost? That's what's happening because this is a very large place.
Got it. Things can happen when you're in a large place.
Don't know why I continued.
Let me... So Jocelyn's our orange Maine Coon for anyone new coming in, and she's been wanting Trojan's attention. So yeah, it's been kind of funny. She's been randomly coming in. Checking, vibing. You probably see her on this. Yep, there she is. Oh, she's actually showing herself for once. You can actually see her. That's our, well, I wouldn't say little, but that's our Maine Coon. She's happy. And she kind of looks like the fox in a way. The colors, at least. Her tail, even like, well, right now you can't see it because, we're not the colors at the moment, but, she does have that, like, the little white on the paws and the little white in the tail. Oh, yeah, that's our little Jocelyn. No, I did not come up with that name. We inherited her with that name. The one I did come up with is Yoshi. That's my little Tabby. Well, Tabby. But yeah, so we have 2 cats. And yes, for anyone new coming in, we are in the same room. I would like to see all the cat, like the pup time, cat time in chat because, yeah, she's just so cute. She's so fluffy.
Is definitely very fluffy.
Yeah. It's funny. I know this is like completely random and not related to speedrunning at all, but like she has so much hair. She'll turn one of our like white chairs into an orange chair because of how much hair she has. Just random cat Roo knowledge behind her family home life. We have to vacuum a lot. She's adorable though. I wouldn't trade her. Wish she would kind of like show herself more.
So I now just triggered the last vent that I needed. Also spring. Rise that up. And then we're gonna push this little leaf down over here. And I'm actually gonna skip over this jellyfish portal until I'm actually done breaking the last wall. There is a very specific reason for that. I'm actually gonna confuse the game a little bit into thinking I did this in a completely like weird order. And there's a way to like trigger the cutscene. Like normally coming from the left, but we're actually going to trigger it right now. And now we're going to go over and get the jellyfish to open up that portal. And then we're going to exit. And then we're going to come right back inside and run back to the center. And it's going to... it's going to pretty much think that we did both sides completely. Whereas I think casually you have to do like 2 more times or something like that. Like going in and out in portals. There we go. Oh, I went past the portal area. I was trying to line it up where I was right on the portal when that cutscene was done, because you can actually move in that cutscene.
You remember what the seed said when she scolded you for waking me up? It's obvious now. Only the seed could have sent us to sleep.
Yeah, so now we're
Why did she do that?
gaining a little bit more and more of like what's going on right now with why the seed is doing this type of stuff to the forest.
You again. I can hear everything you're saying, you know. You
Yeah,
You want to subject me to your silly ritual. Never! You don't scare me. You can tell that to the Guardians.
want to just say that
I won't let you.
so like I'm trying to understand the storyline, right? So I'm sitting here, I'm watching it, and I'm trying to understand the story. I see that like, you know, we're kind of like in a very poisonous area. And so we're trying to kind of like revive the forest, right? And we're still continuing to do that, right?
Realize what the Guardians
Yeah.
will
So,
do to you when you're no longer
Are we
useful
going
to them.
through like the deeper parts
Forget
that
you
are like
and
more
making
sick?
promises they'll never keep.
No, we're actually technically not in the forest right now. We're in a constructed world that the
They say
seed
they're
has
your
made.
friends, but want one thing
And
only,
we're
for you
trying to help her by going into that world.
to do to me.
Okay.
You'll get a little bit of context here after we finish this maze.
Okay.
Yeah, like some of the dialogue will actually give you a bit better context on what's going on from that one, why she's constructing this world.
Yeah. I think that's interesting. Okay, so that it kind of explains a lot in terms of like what's happening in the storyline. So that definitely makes sense. It's neat to see the whole
Are you
like,
listening?
well, okay, on top of the changing the seasons, right? It's really neat to see just like the overall art design to the game, because it's such a unique style, and the way that it was implemented fascinates me, because like if you think about it, it's probably like layered upon layer, right? In the background, it's just, you know, you have this one layer, and then like there's probably I'm seeing like about 4 layers there, maybe 3 for sure, but I'm trying to decipher Because I see like,
Treasures
you know, you have the background, but then you have the hills, and then you have the tree, and then you have the...
Okay.
So it's really cool how
Yeah.
they did this and that concept of art, because it's not, I mean, it's typical in terms of, you know, you need to have layers, but the way they designed it with the layers is what brings me, you know, it's just amazing.
Oh, say bye to the large amount of water. It's gone. Bye, water.
Bye, water. Wait, so the water's gone? I thought water's good for the
She won't
forest.
listen to
Question
I'm
marks.
sorry to ask you to do this, Fox.
Indeed.
but
Question
you must
marks, indeed.
persuade the sea
Why is the water gone? Wait, why?
If you
Okay,
dispel
so
her last fear, maybe she'll come to her senses.
so in regards to the seed at this point, right? What's happening with that?
So just kind of got that explained a little bit. So essentially those treasures, quote unquote, that we've been hitting in each maze at the end of it, those are her fears. And so we're actually helping her cleanse her of her fears. And that's going to allow us to kind of save her in a sense and bring her back to the forest world rather than the constructed world. And it's afraid of actually going through like a normal like ritual of the seasons, essentially. Not fully understanding it. Afraid of a lot of things.
Oh, okay. I see. Yeah. That's definitely. I like the concept of the storyline then too. This is a very, very like. I honestly, this is a really gem of a game, because not only does the art look super gorgeous, you also have amazing music and the storyline. It's really cool in that regards, and all the puzzle platforming is not necessarily. I would say it's hard.
It's definitely there. Some areas are pretty straightforward, but some are actually very complex. And like I just got lost in it. That underground area is the hardest one. You just can get completely lost in there if you're not careful. Because again, there's no map in this game, so you kind of got to get the feel of where everything is. And so we just got that fast travel portal right there. And we're going to actually be using that a second time when we return here for the last altar. So it is very worth it to watch that whole long cutscene because we get to use it twice. So now we're back into the what I call the cicada tree in foliage. And we're going to go down to level. If you see there's some markings in some spots. And now you see these colors and lines on cicadas that are following us right now. And we're going to make some specific designs in a couple spots.
This stone contains the
One's going to be below us in B2 floor.
the Sirocco.
And then we're going to go up to 2F for the remainder of the
I've seen these
diagrams.
somewhere before. I can hear the cicadas scratching on a branch lower down. Find them and watch them closely. They know
Sorry,
how to reproduce.
my girl is
these
cracking me up
marks.
tonight. She's just wanting our attention. And it's just funny too, because it's not. She's just trying to. It's mainly Trojan, not me. So it's just. I see her right now. But she's like over at Trojan right now, being like, "Come on."
Yep.
I don't know if anybody can hear her, but it's just I can hear her in the room, so. The other thing that I really liked, that I want to point out too, is like the whole barking system in itself. I know that you don't really have combat in this game, and it's just mainly puzzle based, but the way that they use the barking to help navigate the puzzles is super interesting.
Yep, it very much is. I love it. Okay, and while that's finishing, I'm going to go off to the left over here and trigger this jellyfish portal. And we are pretty much stacking the cutscenes right now. So if you're wondering about tech a little bit earlier, that's kind of a small style of tech. Okay, so now we're going to head back up to the second floor. Along with our diagrams. I'll be doing these in a very particular order. To kind of help me finish in a particular way so that I can do some off-screen movement a little bit more efficiently at the end. Go. That one, that's the first one right there. Or the second combo, I should say. And now we're going to start on the lower left again. And this one's going to be that top middle one where it's kind of like diagonal over each other. Then we're gonna do winter right here, and then summer. Okay, now we're gonna try and get up as fast as possible to the top left area while this completion cutscene is going on. Perfect. Right, autumn, and then kind of do like a backwards 3. Oh. Something messed up, I guess. Oh, I know what happened. Okay.
Oh, what happened?
Fortunately. Okay, I needed to reset the puzzle because sometimes the cicadas get a little bit stuck after you finish a puzzle, and it needs to like register that you finished the last puzzle. So my first couple didn't actually go through.
Yeah.
I wasn't paying attention to that. That is a small little thing.
Oh, interesting. I keep on thinking like these little infinity looking they're always like interesting. So do they only show up in like a certain season?
Yeah, so spring is infinity sign, winter is a straight line,
okay.
Autumn is a diamond, and summer are a bunch of suns.
Okay. And I know you have to make these lines in order to get to where you need to go next, but I just thought it was interesting that, like, you know, they're using these symbols in different seasons. But that makes sense. It's seasons after fall.
Yep. Exactly. All right, and with that, we have
The seed isn't
saved
so
the last
bad,
pillar.
You know, Fox. She just doesn't understand the ritual of the seasons.
So now we're going to
Sense of overwhelmed
finally save the seed now that we're going to be able to destroy her last fear.
do anything to get her out and bring her back to us.
Listen, just leave me alone, please.
As you can see, too, I think one of the cool things is that you can tell with her tone that she sounds a lot different now. She was angry before, very afraid. Now she just kind of feels like a little bit distraught and stuff. Like you can tell the tonality is different.
Want to forget me.
And that's good storytelling, in my opinion.
I definitely agree to that. We never did finish the zoo thing, I just realized.
I'm really sorry, you know.
So, okay,
about your
for
fox,
everybody
and all the
in
mistakes I
chat,
made.
my zoo,
Didn't know what I was
my
doing.
ideal world of a
I
zoo.
suffered because of it.
There's a lot of animals in it.
Guardians don't understand me, but
Ferrets,
And I added llamas.
well, now llamas are in it, yeah. You added llamas.
here.
Definitely
Take the
red
last of my
pandas,
treasures.
definitely foxes, definitely anything Arctic,
Really
because
hope
I
you
like
know
the
what you're
white.
doing.
Definitely bears, but I know they're sometimes dangerous, so that's kind of the sad part. But I like panda bears a lot. I know they're innocent and cute.
The seed.
I love koala bears.
That's her, all right.
They like bamboo or eucalyptus, and then panda bears like bamboo. Same with red
The
pandas.
entrance to the last altar.
Let's see. What else do I want? A white tiger.
Four guardians are assembled.
I want a flying squirrel.
From performing the
Oh,
ritual
flying
of
squirrel.
seasons.
Yeah, I don't think I ever told you that one.
No. Not even remotely. Yeah, also, that is an important thing.
Okay, so I just saw from chat that the seed apologized for hurting the fox. Okay. So this is part of the storyline. Okay, so
Makes it only
First
slightly.
time a seed has
better.
refused to take part in
We still don't like her for killing the fox.
yeah, I mean, okay, like what's the point? So the whole point of like killing the fox, right? Like
Got a lot to learn.
what? Just why? But you know what's interesting that I'm realizing? Both of these games tonight, as even though they're adorable, they both like so. Lost Ember represented death and afterlife, and Season After Fall does that too. That's one thing that I thought was interesting. I did not. That's a happy coincidence on that end. I did not plan on that. I was thinking animals and cute because I have a thing for animals, and I wanted to start doing fox cute shows. But I'm realizing that these two have the theme together.
So, I want to mention a pun that I just saw in chat right now. Is Os' favorite animal the llama? Because his favorite game is Llamalana.
Huh? So,
Like La Mulana
Lambalana.
instead of Llamalana.
I don't. My brain's not computing this one. My brain went. What happened? I don't know. That's a thinker. Trojan.
I don't know. I didn't come up with it.
I know. I'm trying to think about it in terms of just like, yeah. Yeah, I didn't realize this was sad like that. I do appreciate the explanation, Ray, because I like honestly like it's so interesting too because it's like the narrator's like the protagonist, but yeah, it's like not at the same time. Weird way. I feel like chat agrees with you, Trojan, on your llama and the rest of chat. Okay, so this was brought up in chat about a game called Never Alone, and I absolutely just love the game. I love the concept, and I actually even did like a YouTube thing with that one. Long time ago though. But what's really fascinating about the game is that it was part of like how do I put it? It's a part of a culture actually. And I'll find it real quick, but I don't want to give away too much in that regards because actually it's like super well done. Like it's literally like if you think of a Discovery Channel for a video game, that's like a really best way to put it. It's
interesting.
So Never Alone is literally, it has a fox, it has an Arctic fox, and there was so here I'm just gonna share it because I don't want to spoil too much for anyone interested, but basically like definitely check out the game at least once, or even if you just want to see what I'm talking about, they had like certain, when in development, they made sure to kind of provide these like, you know, like the chat was saying about the interviews, and it's just so like the providing that mythology in the interviews, and I'm just quoting chat on that, is just so like, it's an interesting perspective to a video game, and I actually really appreciated that.
By the way, so we are actually going towards the first altar right now. And we were changing mostly between summer and autumn to get those first 2 fragments. So most of the time you're going to be going for 4 fragments. So this one, it's kind of split up into 2 sections. So we can only get the first 2 in that first section. And now we're getting some more fast travel portals, going around in summer a little bit more to finally get back to the sky area.
I'm okay, so I do plan on having a continuation. This is why I'm kind of like doing part 1 here, because it's kind of a weird way to introduce it, I know, but to me it made sense logically, just because like I wanted to showcase it in the degree of like with indie games, but then at some point I would like to get, you know, all the games that have fox in it. So like I would love, but the thing with that is, you know, is like, don't be surprised if there's more fox shows, I guess is what I should say. that's pretty much like 90% of my plan out on the air.
What you're saying is this is not the tail end of the fox shows.
No, this is not the tail end of the fox shows at all. This is yeah. I can't say it anymore because I'm laughing so much, but yes.
All right, so we got that third one right there. We were using a little bit of winters. We're using a lot of air vents, obviously, with the clouds and such. Unfortunately, there's no way to get around deactivating that snow shooter right there. But I'm going to stand right on top of this, and when it breaks, I will fall, get the 4th fragment, and this is a very long animation because they don't go very fast. So enjoy the wonderful altar fragment sounds as it flies through the air.
So I do have a very interesting question. Is it okay to ask now?
Sure.
Okay. I wanted like thoughts on this, chat. I was wondering. So we had a viewer saying, does Star Fox count in All That Fox playlist? Thoughts on this? I would like to hear your thoughts from everybody.
I mean, 100%. I mean, literally the main character's name is Fox McCloud. I don't understand why it wouldn't be. Fox game's done quick. That's great. I wonder if we could find enough to fill a full week, just Fox shows.
I honestly,
That would be funny.
I mean, if we're gonna put Star Fox into this, oh yeah.
The sanctuary is calling us. I'm still too weak to perform this task alone.
Oh, I just jumped over that fast travel portal. I've only done that one other time.
Yeah, if Star Fox didn't count. Yeah, that's a good point. A viewer for chat was saying Star Fox doesn't count. I would be perplexed. I mean, that's fair. Honestly, it is a fox. So I'm thinking, like, does this count Smash Brothers speedruns with a fox? Dude, we could go all everywhere with that into consideration.
I am officially not paying attention to what I am doing.
Tunic is and that's actually a good thing to bring up. Tunic is going to be at SGDQ, run by Sunny Muffin. So I definitely would check out that run. I know Trojan here was learning the speed run for that game, and still in the process of speed running it. I think your direction is for the true ending.
Yeah.
Are you okay over there?
No, I'm not paying attention, so I accidentally went back into a fast travel portal. I'm just gonna drop down right here and not do that again.
Okay.
Yep.
It's totally okay.
We're gonna ignore that we just lost that last minute, so it's fine. That's cool.
Okay. It didn't happen, okay?
No, it didn't.
What are you talking about? That it's
No.
That's the end of that tale. No, that wasn't even that good. Darn, you come up with the good ones. I mean, sometimes I get the good ones, but in terms of puns, Trojan's the winner on those. What about, okay, so what other fox? I'm thinking some fox ideas. I do want a fox. Okay, so we have Star Fox, we have Tunic, we have Never Alone, we have Spirit of the North, we have Super Lucky's Tale 2, I think. Is it called Super Lucky's Tale?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, no, but like the second one? Or was it Super Lucky Tales?
I'm blanking right now for some reason. I don't know why.
Okay, I have the internet at my disposal.
So just want to give a little bit of background to what I will be doing for the second altar. So this second altar is actually in complete darkness, as opposed to there's some crystals that give you light, but we're not going to be activating pretty much any of those except for one of them. So I hope you guys all enjoy this. We're going to be doing this somewhat blind. Somewhat like not being able to see what is in front of us. So it'd be a very small amount of light. So we're going to go back over here to where that initial geyser puzzle was. And we're gonna now hop onto this rock that fell down during that cutscene with the sacred altars before. So I have very specific amount of like notes with the crystals that are on the ground. Go one too far. I think I went too far. Two. Oh, okay. So I'm getting this mushroom crab over here. And we're gonna follow it back over here to the right. And we're gonna hop on this new mushroom that's gonna be created right here. And we're gonna jump to the right. Oops. Jump fully to the right. There we go. Go.
So I officially have looked at a list because so I'm thinking there's ways to go about these foxes. There's actually a lot of foxes. We have the Sonic the Hedgehog series because of, miles per hour. We have Star Fox, but I like indie games too. So, but like we're thinking cute too. So there's Persona 4. Apparently, there's a fox in there, but I haven't played the game series, so I don't know too much when it comes to that.
We're gonna lure this crab over to the right, and then we're gonna go back over here. Oh, and I was a little bit early, I think, on that jump. Oh, I was a little too... Okay, I'm just gonna... Where I'm actually jumping now. That's the toughest... That's definitely the toughest fragment to get out of all of them. So if I fail... I usually do, if I fail it twice, I just see where I'm jumping. Yeah, I think I was jumping a little bit too far. So now we're going to use that crab to go back to the right.
Ooh, okay, I've never heard this game. The fairy creature is a fox. So from chat, we're having a chat about foxes right now, while we are watching a fox being speedrun right now called Seasons After Fall. I'm digging all the foxes. These are foxy ideas. I got one. This place is really magical. I like the illuminating effects.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's really, really neat. There we go. And that's all 4 fragments.
Nicely done. So is this like the last area?
No.
Okay. So this is kind of the area of
We
like...
still have 2 more altars.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. This is the spring altar. So now we are giving the power back to the eel.
Okay, so I see. I like that each altar is a different
Fox.
Different color.
but not just that, a different spirit.
In the life of a forest. It's a kind of miracle that we, the guardians of the seasons, must handle with
Okay, so that's actually. See, the Persona series is a series I've been meaning to get into, but I never did it. And
find a place to
I do not know much in terms of
Provided she's ready.
Okay, so I've gotten to the Devil Digital Saga series, but so in my mind, I get into certain series, and then what I'm trying to say is I start from start to finish. That's the only thing I'll do in that time frame, unless it's a new release or something like that. So if I want to start a series, I will start it from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I don't go out of order too often. I don't know why. It's just I just like playing them in a row, but it's very rare when I do. It's not that I'm not against it. I've done it, but it's just so if I were to commit myself to play it, I would want to play the whole series.
I feel like that's pretty normal response. If you're gonna do something like that, it makes sense to do all of them, unless they're completely separate, the Final Fantasy series and stuff. But all right, so we are heading over to the Autumn altar, which is in my opinion, the most interestingly designed altar, and it is completely RNG. You'll see why very shortly. We're going to kind of fall down into that area where you saw the large amount of water disappear. And it's kind of interesting how they developed it, just structurally, and you'll see at the end after we activate the altar, a lot of mind games, tricks type of stuff. And we're going to jump down over here and enjoy the ride. There we go. Okay. Not too bad. And there we go. We have fallen down, and the fragments are going to go into their spot. And now it's nice, beautiful, and summery over here. And now it's cold and wintry. And that was the Autumn altar. That is definitely the simplest one of all of them. And not even close. So.
The sanctuary is where the guardians assemble to perform the ritual of the seasons. A seed's education is then complete, and she must
so curious about the last altar. This storyline, I appreciate the help on the storyline too, because the context is helping a lot.
Maybe she thought she was going to disappear.
It's a really neat storyline, honestly.
But we only wanted to enable her.
I appreciated the help from chat and Ray and you, Trojan.
It's one of the few runs where we actually get to experience the kind of the whole story, because we can't really skip cutscenes and stuff. And there you go. And that's all we fell. We just fell that's nothing. But it felt like we were falling for ages. It was a trick.
We got tricked?
We got tricked. 100%. We got tricked. So now we are heading back up to the range's foliage area. But this time, we are going to go all the way past all of that. And if you notice from the cutscene that we had before, we are you saw some trees come out of the ground. And that's going to be kind of the gimmick of this altar. And the cool thing about this one is it's across 2 different screen transitions, like 2 different areas, which is very unique to it as well. And one more swag jump for the road. And again, like we mentioned earlier, we actually get to use this fast travel portal 2 times, so it's worth it very much to grab that.
So I'm sitting here thinking, because I think I understand. So I'm thinking about.
All the infinity signs.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, that's okay. I'm just thinking about the storyline and piecing it together.
Very,
You know what? Oh, go ahead.
I was saying it was very rainy weather, so it'll give you a good time to think.
I mean, you know how I feel about the rain. I love the rain.
Yep.
I don't. Oh, so it's interesting. So I love the rain, but I don't know how I would feel if I lived in it all the time. But I do love it when it rains, because then it gives me an excuse to like cuddle up in a warm blanket and then like get on like comfy everything.
So these trees are activated with different seasons. So that's what we were doing with those first 3 trees. It's like a little tutorial to this area. And now we're going to do a little bit more of some tree growing here with those cute saplings that you saw earlier. The return of the saplings.
I need an excuse for that. Actually, no, it's not. Someone from chat was saying, you need an excuse for that in regarding my rain comments. And I'm like thinking to myself, no, I don't. Actually, I do it all the time. But I don't know. I just like doing it. It's so easy to just. So in where I live, or so Trojan, is it true that I like storage?
Maybe.
Is it true that I like fluffy things?
Yes.
Is it true that I like how do I just the home that we have is very interesting. How would you describe the home?
Has lots of fluffy storage.
That is how I would describe the home.
Yeah.
So in like the living room alone, I have 6 blankets there. You wouldn't know that there's 6 blankets there, but there's 6 blankets there. They're all in like, they're hiding. It's the coolest thing ever. I honestly love doing that though. I love just finding the spot for the right thing, but also have a very, very comfy like atmosphere. I have fluffy pillows. I have, yeah. I like fluffy things. Even Trojan's own mother has given both of us a hard time.
I will neither confirm nor deny that fact.
Yeah. In a good way. In a mom loving way kind of thing. Humor.
Exactly. So we are on the last little tree that we need to activate right here. And now we're going to gain access to the fast travel portal right here, which, surprise, surprise, is going to take us back to the cicada tree in the foliage area. And we're now going to be going to the 3F floor.
Oh, yeah. See, living in the rain, a discussion point that's being brought up. Living in the rain is probably a different story. Like, just like I don't know. I haven't lived in a place where it rains all the time, so I don't know. But I see, like, if I were to ever do that, though, I could totally say. But I don't know. It's just like I like the whole like being wrapped in a blanket. Or like we have these, they're called Oodies. It's literally like, think of it as a sweater blanket and you can walk around in it. And it's like the most magical feeling in the world.
All right, so now we are in the top of the cicada tree right here. And we only have to get 2 fragments that are in this top level right here. And then we are going to be activating the last altar. And then that's not going to be time. Time is going to be when we teleport back to the sanctuary and run towards the center. Do a couple more mushroom jumps. Do an extra one for the road.
Maybe bark along the way.
Can't during a cutscene, but maybe I'll give you guys some barks at the end right here.
Yay! I like barks. I request barks. Chat, we demand barks. Barks. Just saying. Oh, question. When did you play this game for the first time?
July of 2017, I believe. Somewhere around that time frame.
Guardians have gathered in the sanctuary.
Everybody gets barks. We get to bark all the way home.
Fox, you must see this with your own eyes.
Oh, wait. Whoops, I went spot. All of the barks.
That's a lot of barks. I appreciate the barks.
If you want to return to the sanctuary.
The barks are perfect.
Time is going to be in 3, 2, 1. Time.
Here you are, Fox. Thank you again for everything you've done. Crane? Eel? Cicada? May the ritual commence.
Aww. Sorry, I'm watching the story. I'm just watching now.
Yep.
GG's, by the way, Trojan. Nicely done.
Thank you. Thank you very much. We get to enjoy this beautiful orchestral music at the end right here. And now the leaf gets to fly through the whole forest. And then right back to where we started. and it creates a bunch of little flowers.
What would have happened to the cycle of the seasons if not for you?
Sorry, I'm very quiet. I'm watching.
Don't worry. The seed hasn't disappeared. In this world, nothing ever starts, and nothing ever ends. If you know where to look, if you know how to listen, you'll always be able to hear her voice. Can we do something for you in return? I understand, but it's impossible. As much as we would wish to reward you, dear fox, we cannot break what has already been broken. Don't cry for your fox. We'll make sure we honor.
Oh, what? Oh, wait, what? I'm still. Okay, this isn't the end. Is this really the end? Oh.
But that is the normal ending. There is a best ending.
Okay.
And I will not say anything. You need to figure it out on your own. It's a good.
Okay, well, so this means that I need to play the game and get the best ending.
Correct? Yes, that's correct.
Okay. Well, I just want to say, Trojan Dude 12, thank you very much. I appreciate showing the game off. I'm hoping that in the future we'll see some more speedruns coming from you for the world record chase. I know you've been interested in doing that. So if anyone wanted to find you, where is the best place to locate you and your channel? I know I have insider knowledge on this, so I'll just I'll let you take over.
Really? Okay, yeah. So you can find me on Twitch at Trojan Dude 12, and on Discord I am Trojan Dude. I am in several different speedrunning communities. If you ever want to learn about this game, any questions? I mean, Ori. I also run Final Fantasy 13. So a whole kind of like amalgamation of games. And so if you ever are interested, you can reach out to me on Discord or on my channel.
And was there anything you wanted to say in terms of like shout outs or anything like that?
I just want to thank you very much, Rue, for having me on to showcase this game. I've been wanting to showcase this game for a very long time. And I hope that showing it here has made people want to kind of experience it on their own, because I will say that like casually, it's a very enjoyable game. Can't talk it up enough. And it's got a beautiful art style. And then shout out as well to Strawberry Speedruns. He was a big help when I was like learning way back in the day. And so he was really big finder of stuff on there. And then the French runners as well, who current runner, I think it's Jezzy, and then Napoleoni, or something like that. What was the other one? I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing either of the names, but they were the two big French runners, both currently and previously. So yeah, so just thank you in general to everyone for allowing me to showcase this awesome game.
We was super happy and thankful that you did. I am super grateful that everyone, just even Hypnotics and Listar with Tempo, and then Hypnotics with Lost Ember. It was amazing. It was just a surprise of a speedrun when it came to Lost Ember and the goofiness behind it. But then it was just nice to have a very nice chill speed run and have adorable foxes and talk about my zoo. I still need to finish my zoo, but this will be a continuation. I'm hoping that, the whole Fox shows will happen. So definitely appreciate everybody on that. I hope you all have a wonderful evening, day, morning, afternoon, wherever you are. I hope you're all doing wonderful and all just have a good time and stay cute. And we'll see you next time in the next 2 weeks from now. Y'all have a good one.